Hello and welcome to Stretford, Paddock. My name is Joe and this is the watch-along. Manchester United versus Everton. First home league game for Ruben Amorim in charge of Manchester United. I'm joined by Ronaldo Brown. Getting hydrated as all hell today. Look at that.
How hydrating is a coffee actually?
Oh, actually, yeah, no, it's quite.
Gives you dry mouth.
It's sort of neutral, isn't it? Actually, yeah.
That's why you've got the balancing it.
That's nice.
With this water that I bought myself.
You just made that completely suspicious now. And Tom Kuhn is here as well. How are you, Tom?
I'm very well, thank you, Joe.
We watched a few games together in the Van Nistelrooy era, didn't we?
Era, yeah.
I call it an era. He's gone to the Leicester City now, of course. Now we're in the Ruben Amorim era. How excited are you? How are you feeling about what we've seen so far in the first couple of games?
Forget the first couple of games. I'm not really getting excited about that because I watched Ipswich. That was really dull for most parts. I'm excited about him though. I think it's a bit of we've said previously, haven't we? I think it's a bit of a coup getting him the way we have done so quickly. And I like the way he spoke so far. It's a massive difference, isn't it, to the way the previous manager spoke at times about his plans and what he needed to do to be successful. So I'm very much bought into his project, and I know it'll take a bit of time, but I'm excited.
It is exciting, isn't it?
He's got aura, like the kids say,
does.
isn't it?
Like the kids say. You're how old are you?
26.
Yeah, not a kid these days.
I'm not a kid anymore.
No, you're not. I think once you go past
buying his own water.
You stop being a kid. Yeah, he's buying his own water now.
I've not felt like a kid in a few years, to be fair.
I felt very suspicious. Get your thoughts in the comments, obviously. Get your thoughts on the team news as well. Let's just go to the team news, and we'll come back to this because I want to talk about Amorim a bit, but let's just go through this team as it looks. So we've got Onana in goal, Mazraoui, De Ligt and Martinez as that back three again, which is basically the only part of the pitch that hasn't been tweaked or manoeuvred some way. So it looks like we're heading towards that being a first choice lineup, although Maguire is back on the bench. Yoro back off the bench again, which actually was he ever on the bench? He was just back in training. Maybe he wasn't on the bench.
I don't think he's been on the bench yet.
Okay, fair enough. Midfield of Dalot left wing back, Mainu making his first appearance under Ruben Amorim next to Casemiro, and Ahmad reinstated at right wing back after midweek. Then these front three here, I'm not sure whether it's going to be Rashford in the 9 where he was last week, or whether it's going to be with Xerxes in the 10, or whether it's going to be the other way around. We've got Xerxes up front at the moment with Rashford in that sort of inside 10 spot and Bruno Fernandes taking the other one there. So there's a lot to go through here. Firstly, just Ronaldo, just generally speaking, what do you make of that lineup? Do you think it's a strong one? Are we moving towards like players that you think are going to be starting most weeks there?
It still looks like the type of lineup where, because we've had 3 lineups now under Amorim and they've all been really different, so it seems like he's in that stage of he's still experimenting, trying to give players almost like equal opportunity to see whether they can either fit his system, follow his ideas or not. Yeah. But looking at it, you've got Mainu coming back, which I'm very excited to see. Yeah. I feel like we missed watching him play football, and you've got Ahmad coming back into the lineup. Looks like Ahmad's almost being cemented as a right wing back now as well. Yeah. Which I would have liked to have seen him play in the 10, but he has performed well. I thought his cameo was good when he come on there as well in midweek. You've got Rashford that's come back into it. Garnacho's actually getting probably a well-needed rest. I think he's played quite a few 90s in a row as well, so that's not generally a surprise. Mazraoui is so good that he's almost similar to Ahmad, where you might want to see him in a different position where you feel like he could be better, but because they're so good playing where they are, they might not find themselves staying there.
Do you think both of them could push forward one if Yoro comes back in?
Yeah, exactly. And one of the first things I saw when I was looking at the lineup was I was looking at the bench as well. I was thinking when Yoro comes back, someone that's a relatively big name or a prominent figure of the squad might miss out being on a bench. Yeah. How many people are you allowed on the bench? Because who drops out of that bench there?
Well, that was one thing I wanted to mention is the strength of that bench. Like some of the benches that we lined up with during the injury crisis last season, and this is no diss to any youngsters, especially because they're kids and they're not expected to be big names. But some of them have since left the club and never even played for the club, and that was making up like the majority of the bench. You look at that. You've got Luke Shaw, who, when he's fit, is arguably one of our best players. You've got Maguire, who's a very solid, proven international centre-back who, on any given game, can do a decent job. Malacia, again, is coming back from injury, but Ugate's been excellent as the season's gone on. Anthony, cost a lot of money, not great, but, is a player. But then you've got Mason Mount, Garnacho and Højlund, who in a lot of people's first team are starting. It's the strongest bench we've had in ages. That I hadn't even noticed that until you mentioned the bench there. So yeah, that is a really strong bench today, which is quite exciting. Just on Bruno Fernandes, because I did a video in the week and it was chatting to all the United fans, and there seems to be a bit of a momentum towards he's not going to fit in under Amorim. That he can't do the number 10 stuff because he's maybe not got the kind of the pace and all that sort of stuff. And Amorim mentioned as well that he doesn't like him with his back to goal as much. So we played him a little bit deeper in midweek, didn't we? Played him one of those 2 number 8 spots. Now he's back up to the 10. Does it worry at all, Ronaldo, that he seems to be someone we don't know his best position yet?
Well, for one, is this the first time in a while where he's actually played on the left side?
That is the right side as we look at it.
No, as in you were not Bruno.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought he was referencing Rashford.
No, sorry, Bruno.
For a while,
yeah, Bruno.
Yeah, I think
Rashford. Bruno, the same conversation can be had.
Yeah,
we'll start with Bruno.
Could be made for both, but Bruno obviously played as a centre midfielder as part of the double pivot against Bodo Glimt.
Yeah.
And I thought he was decent enough on the ball. I think off the ball, you can see that he didn't quite have the kind of positional discipline that you'd want from your midfielders that play there. But I don't think there's anything too much wrong with the lineup apart from I thought Højlund up front would be better against an Everton side. And also Everton obviously very physical, which is an issue that we have when we come up against opponents like that.
Yeah.
Especially when we've found out under Amorim how important legs are in the midfield, for the midfield pivot in this system, especially because how aggressive it is. And I think against the Everton side that has a lot of athleticism in the side, I think Casemiro and Manu might find wanting in that instance. That's why I thought Ugarte should have started today as well. So I think one of the changes I would have made would have been Ugarte in midfield for Casemiro, and then I would have put Højlund into the Xerxes.
What do you make of Bruno so far?
It's hard to say, isn't it? Because there's a couple of players that you question how they might fit into this system. Obviously, we're looking at what he did at Sporting Lisbon and almost thinking about like for like how it could work with the personnel we've got.
Yeah.
He said himself that he'll go with this system in quite a recognisable way to begin with, and maybe adapt it over time.
Yeah.
If Bruno's a quality player, then he should be able to adapt and find his place in this team. As I say, it's a question mark over a few players. I'm not too worried at this point. On the, with the bench and some of the players like Højlund and Ugarte, I wonder if it's a case of we're not exactly blowing teams away at the minute, are we? We're going into the last half an hour of a game with possibly within a goal, things still in the balance. At least we can, we've got strong changes we can make from the bench to find them legs later in the game when we might need them.
Yeah, another thing that I was looking at, because people might wonder whether Manu could play in one of those 10 positions and have Fernandes in a double pivot instead. But then in possession, I think Casemiro and Bruno, they're not like very controlled type of midfielders in terms of on the ball. They're very vertical with the way that they pass, Bruno and Casemiro. And I think there'd be too many giveaways between the two of them. So that's probably why Manu will play in there. But I'm just thinking from a legs perspective. But there's still enough quality in that team to get the job done. Everton are always a little bit dangerous. They've played quite a bit better over the last month or so. You can't really underestimate Sean Dyche, and they've got a lot of physicality in the team. So we've got to worry about them on set pieces as well.
They have got a lot of physicality. Let me go through Everton's lineup. So it's Pickford in goal, Ashley Young, which is just mad that he's still playing. Then it's Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Mikolenko, Garner, Doucouré, Lindstrom, McNeil, and Dye, and Beto as well. So there's some big boys in that team, isn't there? Especially sort of through the middle.
Yeah,
with Tarkowski, Branthwaite, Doucouré.
And Dye's been good this season. I really like him.
Me and Steve was talking about that, and Dye's probably the man to watch out for today in terms of
that bit of quality,
bit of danger. But obviously Branthwaite gets he's a lot of United fans.
One of the reasons I was looking forward to having you on this watch along is because this season for you, after the whole Branthwaite scenario, as I like to call it, started with a real, I'm going to say, vendetta against Everton Football Club. You were revelling in their losing matches because you thought the way they handled the Branthwaite deal was disgraceful. Yeah,
the fans were being pricks, man, on Twitter. I know, I had a lot of them in my comments as well, constantly. So I have been keeping an eye on all of their results, hoping that they get relegated so that we could get Branthwaite for cheap, just because that would be hilarious. But it looks like that might not happen. And the hate watch hasn't gone quite as well, because what's happened is they've not lost that many games recently. There's been a lot of draws.
Well, weirdly, I was just going to say, they've only won one of their last 6, but they've only lost one of their last 6. So it's four draws, 1 loss, 1 win. So if you want to watch them and see them get battered, it's not happening. But they're not picking up loads of points either.
Yeah, they've steadied the ship. They likely won't get a chance. They likely won't get relegated. But it depends if Everton need it, because I know they've done a bit of financial issues, and also the fact is, it's clear to anyone that Branthwaite would walk on broken glass to play for United instead of Everton, if I'm honest. So
you just love winding up.
Sometimes there's a bit of hype that, you know, in a given moment that can be worth 15 million quid, because it's died down a little bit. I think maybe there was more of a feeling of desperation and that we needed him or something in the summer, that I wonder if that'll be the same
next
year.
That's a good point, yeah. What was a £75 million deal might be a £55 million deal now, even if they don't get relegated. Like, look at someone like Evan Ferguson. 2 years ago, if you wanted him, you're probably looking at 100 million, with the whole sort of Caicedo deal happening. Like, 100 million is a fair fee for an up-and-coming player. Now, obviously, he's not done so well. He's been injury-prone. Yeah, he's probably looking at half of that.
Yeah,
he's got to have a good game though today, because I know what
Branthwaite, you mean?
Yeah, Branthwaite, because I know what United fans are like. They wouldn't have watched him all season or any of his performances, but they'll make like a sweeping statement or like a summary and a conclusion on him as a player, just based on this game today.
But you'll be there though to set him right.
Do you know what I mean? Nah, not necessarily. I'm not even like the biggest Branthwaite advocate. I think he's a good player. I think he'd actually be a decent signing. I thought he was massively overvalued though, in terms of the transfer fee. But in terms of would I mind him in the squad? Yeah, obviously you get a left-footed centre half with a bit of size. Obviously that's a little bit of a valued commodity as well in football.
Yeah, they aren't not a lot of them.
They aren't that common. But yeah, today he's going to have to play well, otherwise everyone's going to say that he's not good enough.
I mean, talking about that as a profile, because Godwill Kokonki's been in first team training a little bit. He wasn't in this on the bench in the end, but he was with the squad for the game last week, wasn't he? He went to the stadium with the team and travelled, and he's a 16-year-old, but he's a very big, physical, left-footed centre-back. Yeah. So it's clear that that's the sort of profile that Amorim would be interested in. Obviously, I don't know, that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to go for Branthwaite in the summer, but when you've got a 16-year-old who's never even trained with the first team, as far as I'm aware, going to the match and joining them in the dressing room, then it's clear that that's the sort of thing the manager likes.
What's crazy about Kokonki and Branthwaite is both of them can also play left back as well. Yeah. Even though the size that they have.
Because they've got the pace. That's why.
But hasn't that become a modern day thing for elite teams now? Yeah. That almost like centre half that's a hybrid.
Well, Arsenal and City both do it, don't they? Yeah. There'll be times last season where Arsenal would start with Tomiyasu, Gabriel, Saliba and Ben White.
He's injured 90% of the time.
But that's what I'm saying. There were times when they would start with those four. I've seen those four start together.
Or Kivior left back.
Or even Timber at left back, who's kind of, again, like a hybrid.
And then
you'd have Ben White at right back, Saliba and Gabriel. That's basically 4 centre-backs. But that's when you have the players pushing up and you've got 3 players back.
Timber is a centre-half, full-back hybrid. They've got Calafiori, he's a left-back, centre-back hybrid.
And City do the same with Akanji and Ake. Sorry, Ake, yeah.
Gavardio's the main one.
Yeah, Gavardio's the same. He was a centre-back at Leipzig, and then now he's a left-back centre-back.
He can play both. Yeah.
What do you reckon of Branthwaite playing the left side of a 3 compared to Martinez, who sometimes can get a little bit exposed in that?
Well, that's the thing. You would lose with Branthwaite. You're not going to be as exposed physically. He's got the pace. He's got the size to sort of track men. And like the goal we conceded the other day with Malacia, I know it wouldn't be him playing left wing back, but I think he would have a better chance of helping cover that where Malacia got sort of overtaken. But you would lose that passing ability.
That passing range, isn't it?
You would lose that because there are very few centre backs in the world who are as good on the ball as Martinez. Like he's right up there. So. I don't know. It's interesting as well that we've gone with Mazraoui. We've brought him in back from being a wing back or from being a full back to being a centre back, and he played Shaw as a centre back, and then we played Casemiro as a centre back. So it's almost like he does seem to be favouring the ball playing rather than just all out defending. Because there was the game the other day? We ended the game with Mazraoui, Shaw, and Casemiro as the 3 centre backs. None of them are centre backs. So I don't know. Maybe it seems like he does want the passing in there.
There's a lot of criticism about Dalot as well lately. He's not played at his best, and that's my guy as well. So
you were really into him last season, weren't you?
You were.
Pardon me. What? You were really like.
I'm a big fan of Dalot as well.
How was I into him?
You were into him.
You were kind of singing his,
you were singing his praises, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
keep smirking.
But you've seemed disappointed the fact that he's gone off the boil a bit this season.
He's put me to shame a little bit. You know what I mean? And he's my guy. I think I like players like Dalot because you never get any issues off the pitch. He's always reliable. He's always durable. I think he's been involved in or started almost 40 odd games in a row.
Yeah, he plays all the time.
Do you know what I mean? There's and you can tell that he obviously cares about the club, whatever. I think he has issues with his concentration. I think his football IQ can be a bit questionable. But
I thought his moments last year though in an attacking sense, where he's that cross at Villa Park, brilliant. It's a couple of good goals. He scored at Sheffield, didn't he? Yeah. Whereas this season, I think when he's had them few attacking moments, big moments, he's really fluffed them. The open net.
The West Ham one was absurd.
Yeah.
And you know why he still has value? I tell people, what you won't realise is do you know the build-up phase I still think he's one of our best players in that situation because I think he's one of the only players out of all our defenders in a back four. Obviously, Mazraoui can do it a bit, but he's a bit more technical with the way he do it with his quick feet. But Dalot's the only one that can almost take players out of the game in terms of his dribbling and his ball carrying and going past the player. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
he can do it on his own.
He can. So he's one of them where he receives it sometimes and he'll dribble out of trouble. Sometimes he might give the ball away at the end of it, but I still think he's quite powerful. He's pretty quick, but I think he's in quite a bit of a dip of form, which is mad to say because a lot of revisionism going on because he was literally United's player of the season last year.
I think some of the it got noted by in the FA Cup games, the Newport players and Wigan as well, that he was the one that seemed like the most elite player on the pitch. He was the one that showed you the levels of this guy.
In them it's true. That's a good point because I don't remember that. They were saying their players after the game were saying, "Fucking hell, I had no idea Dalot was that good."
Yeah, and he is good. He's got a lot. He's one of those players we always say with footballers. He's taller than you think. He's 6 foot. He's physical. He's quick. He's not always amazing 1v1 like a Wan-Bissaka is, but he rarely gets done for pace. His biggest issues it seems like lapses in concentration to me. When he's defending, sometimes he'll be jogging and someone will overtake him, and then he's trying to catch up and he won't get there, or he'll sort of let the ball run under his foot, or he'll make a silly pass back. The other day, he stuck Onana in trouble because he was trying to play a ball to Casemiro and it went behind him. So Onana had to come 35 yards out of his goal and was tackling their striker, making Onana look foolish. But really, it was a bad pass from Dalot because he just sort of swung a leg at it and it wasn't right. So it's almost like a mentality or a mental thing rather than an attributes thing, because I think
it was a
he
bit
can
of
do pretty much everything. Maybe it is a bit of confidence. I think it might actually be a bit of fatigue. He plays all the time, and he plays at left back, at left wing back, at right wing back. You just stick him anywhere and he'll play. And I do think that I feel that, obviously at the minute there's about 8 players who don't know their sort of position. It seems only sort of De Ligt and Martinez who where they're going to play when they play. Other than that, everyone can be anywhere. But I do think Dalot went from never really being a first team. He was never the first choice right back until sort of midway through last season or toward the start of last season when Ten Hag went, right, I prefer you over Wan-Bissaka, and then he's just played every game since. And I do feel like you're probably a little bit burnt out, but someone did a super chat. Tom Hutton said, so are we sticking with Ahmad as the wing back rather than a 10? Do you think this will be his position long term? Part of the reason why we've got that, I think, is because the left back situation is so poor. So then you have to drag our right backs out of position to cover that. We've got injuries at centre back, so Mazraoui tucks in, Dalot goes over to the left, and Ahmad's playing right wing back. But if everyone's fit, maybe Dalot plays right wing back, or we don't really know. We've just been so sort of weak on that one side that we're having to draft in reinforcements all the time, and Dalot's not been sort of helped by that, I don't think.
You know what's peak as well? How many times are we having these Sunday games now we're not on TV?
Sad, isn't it?
What is United?
Yeah.
We're not on TV today, are we?
Is it?
I don't even know
Chelsea?
that. There's a game on Chelsea Villa will probably be on, and then obviously tonight is Liverpool City at 4:00. And I hate to say it, but I'm hoping Man City win that, which is just gross to think, isn't it? How horrible!
I tell you what, though, the tables. I was looking at the points. We can go above Villa, can't we today?
They've had a dodgy spell.
Level with Tottenham potentially.
Yeah, obviously.
It's so tight. Because obviously Brighton drew with Southampton on Friday as well. Do you know what I mean? Because I looked at Brighton's next 6 games and I was like, Brighton could actually win all 6 of those, and they drew the first one.
I mean, they're currently third,
and look where they are, because they've actually played a lot of the big teams already, and like actually had scalps against. Was it?
They beat City, didn't they?
Beat City.
Beat us.
Beat Arsenal. No, they beat us. They drew against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Did they? I think they lost against Tottenham. Did they? I'm not quite sure. But they've had quite a lot of difficult fixtures already, and I thought they could actually be halfway through the season in the next 6 games and still be in a top 4 shout.
Yeah.
Before, I don't know whether it might tail away.
Long season though, isn't it?
It's a long season.
A couple of injuries with it.
Because it's why I still think Arsenal could catch Liverpool, because I think Arsenal have played nowhere near their level yet, and they're still in and around it. And I think Liverpool have already playing at their best. And obviously they've lost Kanate just now as well, which I think is big for them.
I'm just looking at the you mentioned about Brighton there. I was looking at the goal difference, and they're in that kind of same as City kind of goal difference of 5, scored 22, conceded 17. And I was looking through, obviously United's is just dreadful. We've scored 13 goals. No team above us has scored fewer, and below us only Everton, Crystal Palace, Ipswich. No, they've scored the same. Only Everton, Crystal Palace and Southampton, who are rock bottom, have scored fewer goals than United this season.
So it's a 0-0 today.
So it's probably going to be a 0-0 today, yeah. But it's just remarkable, that, isn't it? I know we haven't got like great strikers, but when you look at like Bournemouth, who have scored 7 more than us, Villa, who have scored 6 more than us, Brentford have scored 13 goals. They've scored double the amount of goals that we have this season. And they've got people who can score. They've got Wissa, they've got Mbeumo, they've got other players who can score as well. So it's not like a mystery. But I do think that we're not so much worse than Brentford going forward that they should have scored double the goals that we have. Like, do you think that's Amorim's biggest issue or biggest thing to fix, is getting us scoring more? Because defending well is one thing, but we've actually defended quite well this season. Yeah. We've conceded 4 fewer goals than City, we've conceded fewer than Brighton, fewer than Arsenal, fewer than Chelsea, we've conceded 10 fewer than Brentford. Like, same as Tottenham, less than Villa. Like, there aren't many teams with a better defensive record than us, but we just can't score. Do you think there's room to improve there, or are these players just we're seeing?
It was a notable shift, wasn't it? You know, I mean, I know Ten Hag's time came to an end the way it did, but I think it was noticeably conceding far fewer shots this year.
Yeah, we have
on our goal, and it's been. It doesn't feel like we're a small tweak away from all of a sudden starting to create a lot of chances and score goals. It feels like something bigger that I can't quite put my finger on. Is it a number of players that aren't quite up to the standards that I think they need to be? Is it? I don't know. Like we are. It's dramatic, isn't it?
Yeah.
That stat's awful.
Yeah,
we should be nowhere near. You know, we should.
It's basically, other than the relegation teams, and even Wolves, who are 18th in the relegation zone, have scored 9 more goals than us.
Even disorganised, you should be able to put these players out, and they'd be finding the back of the net more than they are.
I think, and our attacking depth is definitely better than what it's shown. So I don't know whether it's just the way that they've been platformed, or the dynamics of the team haven't been best for them. I'm not quite sure, but I think we've looked a little bit better going forward in recent weeks. I think what I have noticed about Amorim's system, I think we will be.
So I'm just laughing at someone in the chat. I'll read it.
Yeah,
sorry.
I think it'll be better going forward. I think we'll be more exciting to watch. I think we might have some games where we concede 2s and 3s.
Yeah,
but we might be scoring 2s or 3s in these games as well. I think they'll be a bit of that, especially early in this tenure. I think we'll at least be an exciting watch from the way that we set up. I think we'll have a little bit of the Angie's Tottenham vibes. Yeah, before we solidify it.
And to be honest, if we are moving in the right direction, like I know some people have started to doubt Postecoglou, and I think maybe slightly unfairly, because what are they, a win away from top 4, and they play exciting football. At least they've scored 27 goals this season.
How many have they conceded?
13. So in terms of like the goals for and against, they should be 2nd or 3rd right now. They've scored 27, which is the most in the league, and they've conceded 13, which only Liverpool have conceded fewer goals than them. So what they've actually put out has been excellent, and they've got the 2nd best goal difference in the league. But I think they're just limited by their players aren't that good in certain areas, and I think that's the problem United are going to have under Amorim maybe in 12 months' time is he'll get us playing and he'll get us doing the right things and finding ways to score and showing up the defence. But if the players aren't there to put the ball in the back of the net or to beat their man one-on-one or to run alongside their defender, their attacker that they're tracking because they're not quick enough or they're too old or whatever, you're not going to win the league. So that's why I keep saying that Amorim can do 50% of the job, but the other 50% has to come from Ineos of building him a squad that's capable of actually challenging at the top.
Defensively though, like take Tottenham, you think the players maybe aren't quite where they need to be.
Yeah.
That'll be a recruitment thing. I look at Liverpool when Klopp first came, and that was their big issue, wasn't it? You know, they were quite exciting, scoring goals, but they were conceding, and they addressed that with Van Dijk and Alisson.
Yeah.
Do you think our solutions to... I mean, I just wondered defensively if actually we've got a decent foundation. Like, I don't think we need big recruitment there. So I think that's quite a solid foundation. We say we might concede a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because of understanding roles or figuring out who's best to be playing where, but I think we've got the personnel to find the solutions defensively.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Great foundation.
I think the left back situation is a bit worrying just because of their fitness.
Yeah.
But I think the centre backs and right backs I'm really happy with, and I think are good enough to really push up the league. I think De Ligt, Martinez, hopefully Yoro can enter that bracket. But I think if you've got, Mazraoui as well. If you've got Harry Maguire as your 6th choice centre back, you're doing better than most teams. Because genuinely, I think Harry Maguire starts for certainly 12, 13, maybe 14 teams in the league. I think he's a good player, and he's our 6th choice centre-back. So I think we're good there. The midfield, I think we need more legs, and then the forwards, we need players who don't have big ups and downs. You need someone who's going to get you between 18 and 25 goals 5 out of 6 years, and then maybe push on above that occasionally as well. And then obviously if you can get a 30 goal a season striker, then you're laughing. But we can't have like 30 goals, 6 goals, 20 goals, 4 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals. Like, we need someone who can do that. But I think that front area is where we're struggling particularly. In the comments before, obviously everyone's talking about football, and then Twister just says, and it's sort of dotted between other people's comments, and no one replied. Said, "I need a wee. Should I go to the toilet?" And then a little bit later, just tweeted, "I'm going to the toilet then." and then tweeted, "and not washing my hands either." Like letting everyone know. He said, "I had my wee and didn't wash my hands, and now I'm touching all the cutlery in the drawer." No one's replied to any of these comments, and I saw them as they were happening, thinking, "What is going on here?"
He's just speaking to himself.
Just speaking to himself.
I know this.
With
the line rotation, I was going to ask you to is so we've got Arsenal on Wednesday, so you might have one eye on that.
Yeah.
What lineup would you go with against Arsenal?
I think you definitely need Ugarte in there.
And Højlund.
Because Højlund as well, because you need legs. Our number 8s are very sluggish. I think that's the big one for me.
I think that team there against Arsenal might concede 2 goals from set pieces. You know what they're like from them. Yeah. Because I would actually, people might laugh, I'd consider starting Maguire against them.
Yeah.
I think and De Ligt and Casemiro.
But then what do you lose on the ball though? Can we hold the ball at all? I know we're away, so we're not expecting
to. At Arsenal, the form that they've rounded themselves in with everyone fit.
It's annoying that, isn't it?
We might be in a bit of trouble if we aren't secure. Obviously, we've got to play our own game. Maybe people say we've got to be brave. But yeah, I'd think the back 3 might have to include Maguire and De Ligt against them. Yeah. But you can argue Martinez or Shaw. And I think we might have to go double fullbacks with the wing-back areas. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Just to be a bit more...
How much of that is fear talking though?
It's fear, man.
It's fear,
I don't want to get battered by them.
I know you hate Arsenal more than anyone, don't you?
You know what I want? We do have the ability to switch it a little bit, don't we? And go slightly more physical without losing too much.
Yeah. You think
so?
Ronaldo, go on.
Yeah.
Ronaldo just hates Arsenal so much. You don't want to get battered.
No, it's just I just don't want to get battered. You know what? Ideally, Arsenal can go on a run and then catch Liverpool, but I just need him to wait till after Wednesday.
Yeah. Start it. We just postpone it because they've already started it. Just postpone it and then pick it back up
on Wednesday
again.
And then pick it up again.
There's almost 4,000 people watching and only 212 likes. Please hit the like button. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 likes before kickoff. Please hit the like button. Thank you. Harry Kay says good to rotate Arsenal on Wednesday, as you mentioned. Stephen Malone. Oh no! Just as I say that, the page crashed. I don't know if. It's about you, Tom, so maybe. Stephen Malone says the best dreams always have Looney. Nice, that, isn't it? What do you make of that?
That's really, really nice that people are saying these things, Joe.
It's really helpful, isn't it? It's really, really helpful stuff. Another player that we should talk about, you mentioned him before, Ronaldo, is Marcus Rashford, who we talked about him in the week. It's like, I don't know, almost Harry Maguire was almost in the situation like last season, but it's different with Rashford because Maguire was able to drop out of the team for a while, lose a bit of his sort of cred, if you will, and then kind of rebuild himself as someone that's like a hard-working kind of rotational piece, and people like him again. I think Maguire was really sort of lamented and sort of taken the piss out of, and people like him again now. I don't think Rashford has the option to drop out of the team for 12 games and come back through as a rotational piece. He's on too much money. Yeah. He's got too much of a reputation. The things he's done in the past are too big. Like, I'm worried that he doesn't really have anywhere to go except just start playing better. There's no, let's just leave you out for a bit, because do you understand what I mean? He's almost like, I feel a bit sorry for him. He's a bit trapped in this form at the minute, isn't he?
Rashford almost looks like he doesn't love football anymore.
I know.
He always, it's that body language and that, he looks like the world's on his shoulders.
Do you know what it is? You've not played well for a year and a half, pretty much. Your fan base generally doesn't like you.
Sad that, innit?
You're a bit of a confidence player. You're not really. When I watch him play, he just looks like a man that don't really like football anymore. And that's actually a mad thing to say.
He doesn't
about him,
and he doesn't work particularly hard as far as graft goes.
It looks like a chore, doesn't it?
Because I do think that you can, at the very least, if you're able to get around a bit and I think it's like he's waiting for something to happen. But even then, like I'll go back to the Derby game last year when he scored that phenomenal goal.
Yep.
Like, and there's only a few. You don't see many players being able to do that with such little backlight. It was an incredible strike.
It was.
And then he has a half chance that the header that went down into the floor that can happen, and he missed that chance at the back post, didn't he? And I think all of a sudden he just sunk, and he looked. He was giving the ball away. He wasn't being physical enough in the channels, and he gets nothing from his big moments. They just don't last very long, and then all of a sudden he shrinks back into this, almost looking like he's feeling sorry for himself. So I agree. I don't know where he can go other than to, by some miracle, discover that form of a couple of years ago.
He is just. You just got to do it now, haven't you? He ain't got anything else, any other options. Look at it. I was just.
Is it the Wee Man?
I just brought his. No, he's gone now. I was just looking at Rashford's FB ref, which is just some stats on what he's done in the last sort of 12 months. I like it because of the publicly available free
everyone else,
data things, it's got some of the better stuff on there. But it just makes for grim reading when you look at Rashford's stuff, because it compares to other players in the same position, and he just. Doesn't get on the ball enough. He doesn't defend well enough. He's not taking enough shots. He's not obviously scoring enough goals. He's not going past people. He's not tracking back. Like, it's just all of the things that you would want. Even the effort metrics of, are you running back? Are you making tackles? Are you getting back and pressing and working hard? They're really low as well. So he's not like, I'm not scoring goals, right? Let me put work into the areas that don't even require skill. You're obviously reading the game and stuff to tackle people, but if you work hard, you're going to make more tackles, get more blocks than someone who doesn't work hard. Just typically that's going to be the case, and he's really low on that as well. Like, that's the thing with me. He's not overcoming or trying to sort of cheat around his poor form in front of goal by working really hard. It's like, I'm not doing that either. That's the problem for me. I said it about Martial, the same thing of, like, when he wasn't scoring, what is he doing? Because he's not running, he's not trying, he does that sort of jog. And I thought, just try something different. And that's what I think with Marcus. Just try something different then. You can't force yourself to be great in front of goal if the confidence isn't there and the touch might not be there. But you can certainly try really hard. Like, that should be the minimum, surely. But it's just not really there, is it?
Yeah, I think United should have been brave enough to sell him. I know it's half the reason why we had to, obviously Martial stayed so long is United have been in such disarray for about a decade now, and our player development has been awful too, as well as our recruitment, that I think United have been concerned about young players with a bit of talent that we've had, worrying about us selling them because they haven't performed to their best, and then going elsewhere and being a lot better.
Yeah.
And then it almost being a bit more of an indictment on United and how they've developed players and the situations they've had players in, etc. But I think United should have been braver about a summer ago or two and parting ways with Rashford. He would have been able to get a really good transfer fee because of his reputation. And you could have repurposed that money and probably gotten a few wingers in football that probably a lot cheaper for a lot less wages that would offer you a lot more. But also it's the fact that Rashford, probably a new environment might have done him good himself. I think it would have worked best for both parties, and Rashford probably might have found almost a new lease of life in his career elsewhere. It almost feels like, like a marriage that you stay in when you feel like, when you know it's over. The problem with
selling
the divorce comes delayed.
Yeah, I know you're right. I think the problem with selling academy players is because there's such a deep-rooted want for them to do well from the fan base or from certain portions of the fan base. And I know a lot of people have not liked him for a while, but there's this kind of extra level of like familial love for academy players that you have.
They get a bit more credit in the bank.
They get more credit in the bank, but the other thing with it as well is that if you sell them and they do well elsewhere, you don't get to live that down. They should be doing that for us. If Rashford went to PSG, we sold him after the 30-goal season, everyone would be like, what are you doing? This is ridiculous. I know he doesn't work hard off the ball, but look at the goals he's just scored. He's selling for 90 million, whatever it is, and he goes on to get 40 goals and assists for PSG that season. That would be looked at as a mistake. If we'd have sold him last season and he did the same this season, you almost have to let academy players kind of make it so clear that it's not going to work at your club before you get rid of him, because otherwise the backlash is massive. If you sold Rashford and he went on to be amazing for someone else, let's say he won a Champions League for PSG or just won the league and got 23 league goals, whatever it is, everyone would say we shouldn't have sold him. So I almost feel like you're forced into letting him have bad season after bad season before you let him go, because otherwise it's just like whenever you see that, if he's somewhere else, he should be doing that for us because he's a United player. Like, we sort of grew him and birthed him. He should be playing for us. And the only reason you don't have academy players playing for you is if they're not good enough to. So I feel like we almost have to let him prove himself to be not good enough, because otherwise the stick you would get and the amount of mistakes we made in the last decade, it would just be added onto the list of how shit we are if he went off to PSG and did well.
It was a tough decision, though, that contract, because he had just scored, quite a few goals that season.
30 goals.
And in a team that was otherwise struggling, we owed a lot of our results purely to him. Yeah. So I think that was a tricky one for Ten Hag, that, and I think obviously put a lot in that contract renewal, and the season after he was very let down, I think. So.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? It is hard, because what you're going to do, he's got a year left on his deal or 6 months left on his deal or whatever, and he's just scored 30 goals.
But where's he going to go, though? Because you talk, it's PSG, France, maybe go.
But
I can't see him going to Spain or to England and
it's because his wages. Because his wages now, it makes. I don't think United can get a fee that's that huge for him, and there's not that many suitors, because there's not many suitors out there that can match his wages now.
Yeah. I think PSG's your only one, because he's kind of he's a bit of a he's got. His image is valuable.
I think the likelihood is Rashford's 30 years old and still here. I think. I don't think he gets sold.
A lot of comments on this, obviously, because it's such a big talking point. Him and Bruno are the face of Manchester United, aren't they? And one of them, Bruno's not playing particularly well, but Rashford is obviously a couple of notches below that. Marquez says, Joe's holding on to 3 years ago when it looked like Rashford had world-class potential on the horizon. It was 18 months ago when that season ended with him having 30 goals. It's not, I get your point, but it's not been that long. Andrew Haldane says, I hope Amorim gets away with this lineup. Back three is good, left flank weak. Wing-backs should switch flanks. Casemiro and Mainu combo isn't mobile enough to cover Rashford and Dalot. Is it Xerxes up front? We're not sure whether it'll be Rashford or Xerxes up front.
Everyone that keeps saying, obviously, like the wing backs will switch flanks. I don't think they understand what Amorim actually wants from his wing backs. Then
go on then, talk.
Because I think he purposely plays wrong-sided wing backs. I don't know if it's an angles thing, playing inside the pitch or whatever. He did the same thing at Sporting. So I think he purposely likes, for example, a left-footed winger playing as a wing-back and then a right-footed on the other for the angles. But obviously some players might be able to do it, some players might not be able to. You've got Quenda and Ahmad that have looked all right doing it, but then you've got Dalot who's looked a little bit like he can't on the left wing back.
Yeah.
Especially because there's been a couple of instances, if people have seen it, where there's been a pass to Dalot and he, on his right foot he's kind of hit that one in the channel first time round the corner on his right foot. So I don't know if that's maybe part of it. Don't know if they're going to show it there or not, but I think he does that on purpose. He doesn't have the traditional right-sided on the right wing back.
One of the passes that we never really did under Ten Hag, but Amorim likes his teams to do, is ball goes out to the full-back on the right on the touchline. The number 10 makes a run between centre-back and full-back, and you play it with your strong foot in behind for the cut-back to the penalty spot. That pass is easy if you're cutting inside and playing it back with your strong foot than trying to play it outside the fullback with your weak foot, with your strong foot, if you know what I mean. So you want players who are on the opposite side so they can play that pass with their strong foot.
Defensively, I think he struggles a little bit on the left hand side as well.
Yeah, he does. Thought on Amorim, obviously people can't see this, but we're watching the build-up, and Jay was saying this the other day. He was showing me some videos of Amorim sort of coaching from the touchline, and his analysis of and he admitted himself that it might be slightly biased, but compared to other managers, sometimes when you see them on the touchline and they're sort of screaming at their players almost out of frustration or like giddiness, Jay said it was clear to him that Amorim is giving constant instructions to players and come this way and you go that way, and when that's happening, go on that. Like he's clearly someone that is obsessed with the details of things. Do you like Ronaldo that he's a on the touchline kind of manager? Because we've had Van Gaal, who was a bit of both, but he would often be sat notepad in hand writing stuff down rather than screaming at his players. Amorim seems to be very much the opposite, where he's out there telling you what to do, focusing on that. Do you like that?
Yeah, I like it. It shows a bit of passion. I think sometimes it depends on the situation. Somewhat, there might be a time where he does need to sit down and kind of like be a little bit chilled and watch and probably have his notepad out, and there'll be times where he probably needs to be on the edge of the technical area shouting instructions. I think that's mostly going to be the case now, because the players are learning a new system and learning what he wants from them. So he's probably going to have to do a lot of coaching like that from the sideline while they're playing. But I think whatever works for a manager works for them. Like, I'm not really going to criticise him or praise him too much.
He's very confident, isn't he, in himself? Yeah. And what I think he's recognised that he feels that right now that's what they need. You see all these videos of him during that City game, where he's sat back on the benches and he looking relaxed. I'm sure he'll get to that place, but right now he thinks that, because he's talked very openly in post-match about what went, what they struggled with and what they didn't struggle with in the system. Yeah. Even to the point where he's citing individual players, almost digging them out, not in a negative way, just saying, talking about how they're managing the system very openly. So I think it's just part of his process at the moment.
Yeah, I'm just watching United warm up doing on the pitch. Do you know when they're doing that, the cones and doing the lines on the pitch, and it just feels like you never see them do it. They usually do it on the side or somewhere off the pitch because it cuts up the pitch.
Cuts up the grass. We don't mind doing it at an away ground. Onana's on the screen. He's not on your screen, he's on our screen. He's been good this season, hasn't he?
He's been quality.
What do you make of him?
I think he's been really good. I think he's been solid. When it's when keepers are flying under the radar is usually the best sign that they are playing well, because he's not making any high-profile mistakes. Being a goalkeeper's a lonely place anyway. You see that little roly-poly thing he just did then? Yeah. That just goes the old adage about keepers all being a little bit screwless.
I think he's particularly interesting. Like, De Gea was not that weird as a bloke. No. I was saying this the other day. I think you've got Barthez at one end, De Gea at the other end. Yeah. Onana's sort of here, isn't he? He's pushing the Barthez. He's not quite as nuts as Barthez, but he's got an edge to him, hasn't he?
They're generally weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Goalkeepers. But it's the one position where you make a mistake, you've literally never got anyone to back you up, and it usually always results in a goal or a high-profile chance. But obviously, I think there's been so many games now where he's actually saved us. And I think his clean sheet record since he's been here has been pretty good as well. Yeah. Even underlying metrics favour him as well. So I know he had a really dodgy spell in the Champions League. He had some horror errors. But on the whole, since he's been here, he's been solid for the large part.
Yeah, he's prevented more goals than any other keeper in the league, which just as a single stat is a pretty good indicator that you're doing well. Like your job is to prevent goals, and he's prevented more than anyone else, which is just a good thing, isn't it? Do you like him? Were you impressed with him last season? Has he turned your opinion around this season, or what do you think?
He's been brilliant this season. Probably been arguably our best player.
Yeah, I think him and Mazraoui for me are the best two.
I think it's difficult, isn't it? Because I mean, from day one, I always liked his attitude and the way he spoke. He seemed to have a bit of leadership about him, kind of a good level of arrogance. But when things start to go wrong, it's a big move. He's never been under the spotlight like this before, and that emotional side of the game. I've not played at that level, but.
Come on, be honest. You have. You've played at the top.
But I've played it. I've played enough to know that my issues sometimes are confidence, and even when I'm confident, I'm playing in a game where I know I've got it. Like it's heightened, isn't it? And you could feel that he lost a little bit of confidence in some of the things he was doing. Maybe he was overthinking some of the loose passes, some of the situations that he put himself into in that first 6 months. And I felt for him, and I did worry that. How bad is this going to get, especially after the Champions League, because he really cost us getting through almost on an individual level. But he's shown it was so bad. The character to come back from it, I think, has been brilliant, and it's like it never happened.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that is a big thing. And with keepers, I think part of the reason keepers are often a bit weird is because you're the most likely to get sort of kicked in the face of anyone, I think, in terms of position. And also, you're the one that, like you said, Ronaldo, your mistakes are a huge mistake every time. If you get it wrong, you've lost or you've conceded a goal. If a striker misses 2 big chances in a game, you go, he had a bit of a stinker today. But it's not like he's a disgrace. If a keeper makes 2 mistakes that lead to goals, you're a disgrace. So you have to be a bit nuts to accept that, live through it, and then bounce back from it. Like, most people don't have the mentality. And I think it's hard to have the mentality to, like you said, I'll play football at 6-a-side and I'll be a bit nervous. I know part of the reason why they're professionals is because they've got elite mentalities, but not all of them do. You see players suffer from lack of confidence, and for Onana to come back the way he has, I think is really impressive personally.
Yeah, a lot of responsibility as a keeper, isn't it?
Yeah. It's mad. Overseas Niner says, Joe, your hair is as stunning as ever. Thank you very much. No, thank you. And then there's another comment, and this is actually, it was for me, but I actually think you'd be better to answer this, Ronaldo. Overseas Niner again says, Joe, what beard products do you recommend? But Ronaldo, you're actually getting pretty hard into the beard game recently, aren't you? I don't know, say it's a poor phrase in there, sorry everyone. But
that's two strikes.
That's twice now.
That's 2 strikes.
That's twice now. Sorry about that.
Certain innuendos about my sexuality.
That was an accident. But I saw you applying some sort of beard lacquer the other day.
I've been trying to get on the beard oils because, as I said, I'm not a young lad anymore. Innit? I'm trying to grow the Joe Smith beard. Or try and get there.
What's your issue with it?
I think the thickness at the moment.
Right.
So I'm focusing on the beard health of it. So I'm using a bit of oils and stuff. Probably a lot of stuff that probably won't even work.
Yeah.
Or it might have what's the
rollers and stuff.
Placebo effect. It'll probably have. It grows naturally. And I think it was the oil that did it when it probably wasn't.
Would your aim be to have that Kendrick Perkins piece?
Nah, I think that's too thick.
That's disgustingly thick.
That's when you start having like creatures basically living inside it and stuff and not knowing.
For anyone who hasn't seen Kendrick Perkins, he's a former basketball player and now he's a sort of pundit. But his beard is like just the thickest of thickets, isn't it? It's like
it's like horizontal.
It looks fake almost, doesn't it? It goes straight from there straight to his ears. There's no dip. It's unbelievable. You wouldn't want that then?
Nah.
What was that stuff you were putting on it though the other day, genuinely? Do you remember?
Yeah, beard surgeon, some beard oils in it. It wasn't no minoxidil or nothing like that. I'm trying to keep it natural.
Not Martin says Joe Greg Wallace Smith. How's that my middle name? Unbelievable. Get rid of that. Delete that. No, don't delete that. Horizon says, I did not expect Joe to say Kendrick Perkins today. Big Perk mention is crazy.
Yeah. Kendrick Perkins, who had like, what, a 15-year NBA career, averaging like 1 point a game.
He's
been being a big brute.
Yeah. And he's an even bigger brute now. He's stopped playing as well, isn't he? He's an absolutely massive guy. How long we got? Bloody hell, it's kick-off in 9 minutes. Why didn't anyone tell me? Get your score predictions in. Get your scoreline and goal scorers in as well. This is huge. I didn't really... That's flown by that. 50 minutes we've been live. Well done, everyone.
Good
Very
chat.
impressive. Yeah, it's been a really good chat. I'll start with you, Ronaldo. How's this game going to look? How are we going to set up? How are we going to impose ourselves? Is it going to be another 70% possession? Are we going to win? Why is Joe Hart dressed like some villain from Wolfenstein, the video game? Looks like a cop. I don't want to say what he looks like, but that is an interesting jacket, that, isn't it?
Oh my days!
It's sort of
It's a rogue choice, isn't it?
yeah.
He looks like he's going to be an antagonist
Look
in
at the sleeves.
Bridgerton or something.
Yeah, he does.
You know what
He
I mean?
turns up and gives you some very bad news.
Like-
Sorry, Ronaldo. Go on. How's this game going to pan out today?
He's a guy that's like paid someone to like assassinate his dad so he can get the throne.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
like- yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking it's going to be tough from a physical perspective. Everton a decent side. Sean Dyche is an underrated manager, especially tactically. People think he's just some sort of hoofball merchant when he's not.
Do you know Sean Dyche? Is he one of the?
No. But he's capable of coming to Old Trafford and drilling a very well drilled side of. From a quality perspective, got likes of Ashley Young and Mikolenko as their fullbacks. I think that's a problem area for them where we could threaten them if we do make the most. But I think we've got to make sure we don't with first or second balls and we're physical, but also we need to be careful from set pieces. I'd be inclined not to give too many corners away or too many free kicks in the final third, because with Everton's size and Dwight McNeil on set pieces, we could have a problem.
Yeah, because Dwight McNeil's sort of gone under the radar, but he's actually having a pretty good season this year. Yeah. I think I'll double check his numbers, but I know he's one of those players that you think, oh, Dwight McNeil, we're fine with him, but he's done some good stuff this year. What was your score prediction, Ronaldo?
My score prediction is, I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm gonna be braver. 3-1 United.
Love that. I'll get into some of the comments and I'll get to you, Tom. Miles says 8-1 United. Damien Maxwell 2-1 United. You're a wizard, Harry says 6-0 all Bruno. Lonely Pinball Machine says this lineup has a battling 1-1 draw. Canary Yellow, Joseph, give me a link. I can't really, can I? I would, but I think it is illegal for me to say that. But just, you'll find it. Do you know what I mean? I believe in you. Craig Thomas says 3-2 to United. Bruno scores the winner. Love that. David Ellensworth, 4-0. Ahmad, Bruno and Xerxes ×2. I'd love Xerxes to get a goal today. I'd love Rashford to get one. I'd love Xerxes to get one. But yeah, Xerxes could really do with one, couldn't he? Mr. Peter says 3-0. Felony Die says 5-0. Mace Shetix says, how is Beto both in the lineup and subs? I think that might need correcting, lads. We've got double Betos going on here. But, you know, it's a minor error, but it is an error. Milky Poo, gross, says, oh, God,
ooh, them ones there. Those ones. Why did that give me PTSD?
I didn't like that at all.
You know what I mean?
I thought, oh dear, Milky.
Do you know what I mean? Just when you're like seat belted to the toilet. You know what I mean? Tough times, man.
Really tough times. I've never heard it called a Milky Poo either.
And you know what's the worst part is when you're done but don't feel like you are.
Yeah, it's still like burning in
for
there.
for the next couple hours.
Yeah, it's horrible. Well, they anyway say 3-0 Xerxes Hattie.
Good lad.
Yeah, fair enough. Chalky says, let's give the toffees a good chewing. Very nice. That is lovely. Tom, talk me through it. What we're going to see today?
I do think... I worry. I think Everton will have a moment in the game, won't they? As you say, set pieces at some point. You know, they'll. I think they'll get themselves on the score sheet. But yeah. I am also optimistic that we will too. We'll have some degree of control over the game. We'll create some chances, and with players to come off the bench when the game's a bit stretched, some good legs on the bench. I am going to optimistically say 3-1 as well.
Okay, there we go. I hope so.
I hope so as well.
Like Kodak Black meme.
Yiping So.
In the Breakfast Club.
I don't
think we're getting a reference. It's just when he's like he's literally got a shiesty on, looking like ruthless, and then he goes into like a squeaky voice and goes, "I hope so." Just like unexpectedly. That one. He's dressed like that.
He
and
couldn't look more sort of like scary.
He's there giggling and goes, "I hope so."
I didn't see that. Daniel Radnej says that one really brought down the Everton. That was good, the Milky Poo one there. Right. Rebecca Gracie, hat-trick of assists for Xerxes. Very nice. Gogalevoscady, very nice. It says 3-1, Mount goal, I feel it in my bones. I mean, he'll have to come off the bench to do it, but that's fair enough. I hope United continue to do what Amorim clearly wants us to do, which is keep the ball well, make some chances. The thing I liked of the other day is it wasn't just possession for the sake of it. I think we did make chances with it, and the goal that my favourite of the 3 goals was the third goal, because we actually cut through a defence and laid the ball on a plate for our striker. It's so rare we do that. The second one was an unbelievable quality. I thought it was amazing. But just if I'm Man United's number 9, how many times in the last 12 months have I made a 2-yard run or 3-yard run toward their goal and the ball just comes into my path with the whole goal in front of me for me to find a corner? It doesn't happen. We don't score goals like that. So if we can hold the ball and do that, I'd be really, really impressed. So I think we'll win. Sorry, I think it'll be 2-0.
Someone asked you Someone asked you who's your NBA team.
Me? I don't know. I like the Lakers. I quite like the Detroit Pistons, but they're just too shit. So it's just not fun at all. And I can't stay up until 3 a.m. to watch the Detroit Pistons go fucking 15 and 48 or whatever they go every year.
I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan.
Oh yeah, that's good. There's something to watch there.
They're good. They made the finals last year. Won the West last year. They had a bit of a just above average start this year though. But
they'll get there though. They've got too many good players.
Yeah.
That's a good.
What about you, Tommy? You're not asked.
He's not bothered.
The American sports is what you
do you know what? Basketball probably the most watchable of the American sports. I've had a little period.
Basketball. I watch both.
Basketball is good.
So my issue is I'm even more into the NFL. I'm a New York Giants fan, and being a United fan and a New York Giants fan over the last few years and so has been hell on earth.
Did you watch them when they won the Super Bowls?
In Eli years now. I wasn't watching.
So you just, and it's almost it almost reflects United as well, because they won it. What was it, 2010 and 2012 or whatever, something like that. And then they've not. Then they've been pretty terrible ever since.
Yeah, it's been horrendous.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a few more super chats. This is an interesting one. Vidal Gutierrez says, oh God, actually, I don't know if I can read that. I'll let you read that in your own time, Ronaldo. It's maybe in reference to some of the comments that we had earlier. But there you go, there's that one for you. It's quite interesting. Full-Time Productions says, I'm off playing golf while listening to you guys. I've lost 3 balls in 3 holes. FML. Not a good start, but
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, don't worry about it. There's still 15 holes to go. Ryan Watson, the only issue with this lineup is Rasmus should have started. Try and start a good run of form. I agree on one hand, but he's mentioned a few times, hasn't he, Amorim, the fact that if you're playing, you're not training, and if you're training,
Arsenal Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a lot of these players have only had a couple of days training since the last time they played, so I think he's made it pretty clear why he's doing what he's doing. But we'll have to see. Obviously, eventually you've got to have Gokares played every game for Sporting, so he's not going to stick with every game is a new team like we've seen at the minute. And then there are some players that are keeping the positions. But I agree with you, Ryan. I want to see Rasmus start week in, week out. Coach Zach says, loving all the rotation from Amorim, underrated decision from a new guy in charge. 3-1 incoming, excited to see Marcus as one of the 10s. Yeah, I think we weren't sure whether it'd be Marcus as one of the 10s or Xerxes, because we've sort of, Xerxes isn't a 10 or a 9, and neither is Rashford. So who knows who's going to be where? Well, the footage we're watching now had Rashford as the 10. Rashford as the number 9, didn't it, as the striker? We'll just have to wait and see. But we're about to kick off. I'm very, very excited. Robert Taylor says, let's go Knicks. Thoughts? How come you're not a Knicks fan if you're a Giants fan?
Do you know what it was? I became a Giants fan because I started watching around the Odell time.
Oh, of course.
So I thought it was cool, and then I stuck with my team. I didn't pivot, and I've always liked the Mavs.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was a fan of them back in the time where they still had Dirk and the likes of JJ Barea and that.
Little Nowitzki piece.
I always had a little bit of affinity for him, and then when Luka Doncic started playing for him, because he's probably my favourite player in the NBA.
Yeah.
I cemented myself as a Mavs fan.
The game is about to start. We've got the rare thing, United. I don't know who decided that. I guess it was Everton. Of we're kicking toward the Stretford end in the first half.
Yeah, they probably flipped that, didn't
very, very rare.
Xerxes switched to short sleeves.
Oh, has he?
Has he? Was he long?
He's always a long.
He was long, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, me too.
Superstition.
Because he had a little bit of a his shirt looks too big for him syndrome, didn't he? Which I didn't like. I don't know why. It's the sort of thing that I shouldn't. Well, apparently that was to do with like. Didn't he say that was to do with like basketball and like in sort of oversized outfits and stuff?
He's a basketball fan, isn't he? So,
yeah. But yeah, I always thought it made him look like he was a bit out of shape and he didn't want everyone to see his body.
Yeah.
Like kind of like t-shirt in the pool vibes.
T-shirt in the pool vibes. That is sickening.
It is.
That is diabolical.
Sorry.
It's sort of that is diabolical.
But he's got the short sleeves on now. He's getting a bit of confidence.
You've
with
said
it.
Xerxes.
He's been in the gym.
Wears an extra large shirt to hide the
fact that his physique is not up to standard.
He is giving Benidorm t-shirt in a pool vibes.
Right, we've kicked off. Forget about that now.
Nah,
Dalot.
I'm tweeting about that. I'm tagging you and saying Joe said it.
You're not. It doesn't need to be done like that. No.
I am very hopeful Rashford can play himself into some form. It's a bit of a thing, isn't it? The criticism of Rashford and what's okay and what's not as fans, which gets brought up a lot. But I agree with you. I don't think he's imminently going anywhere.
No.
It's a new manager, isn't it? It's a new
Bit of
start
a
of somewhere.
going on here.
Yeah.
From Everton.
Something
Typically solid.
Something we've struggled against a lot under Ten Hag.
Mainly playing football again.
Yeah.
The AC's giving me a little bit of chills, isn't it? It's on quite. AC on in December.
I think we turned it up once already, haven't we?
Mad.
If we can turn it up again a little bit.
Craziness.
We'll be fine. United holding the ball. 100% possession so far. Unbelievable.
Really good.
Amorim ball.
I don't know, I thought that was a bit shady now. Why don't you like Amorim, Joe?
Oh, shut up.
What?
I do like him. I'm really excited,
What?
actually. Handball?
Was that on ball?
It was, but he's one of them where he couldn't possibly avoid it. Well done there.
Ooh. Both of those, that touch and that pass from Casemiro was both off his shin. Do you see that? Both shinners.
We need to keep the ball well in this game because our midfield
He's unbelievable.
He's too good, Mazraoui.
I was saying this the other day. When was the last time?
Oh, that was great!
Oh my God.
That was a great
That's
cross,
a great
that from
cross.
Dalot. It made it all the way to the centre of the goal there. You'd think you'd have someone arriving on that.
Fucking hell, man. You've had a striker in there.
Yeah.
He's bargaining the season, where are we?
Oh, ridiculous.
When was the last time we had a claim to bargain of the season?
I mean, I guess that when he came in, Bruno, but he cost 4 times what Mazraoui cost. He was 45 million, wasn't he? But he was world class when he came in for those, first 18 months or whatever. But yeah, I don't remember the last time we spent less than 30 million on someone that was any good. Go on, Coy. Nice little interplay, but it's too tight in the end.
It's good.
Oh, wide out wide.
Middle!
Oh, go on! Oh!
This is a really positive start.
Yeah, good start there from United. Keeping the ball well, turning it into balls into the box, turning it into shots as well.
We've got Pickford who's... You need to make use of his short arms.
Yeah. Good effort there from Manu.
Spilling. Good football, though.
Yeah, it was. Well done, Josh. I call him Josh. I felt like their ball to me.
That was their ball.
Yeah.
We'll take
He's
it.
claimed it well.
It's good to see Manu back in it. Why do you think he's been on the bench but not played a single minute so far under Amorim?
Just easing him back in.
You think?
Yeah. One thing I like about Manu, his temperament, and it never looks phased.
No, he doesn't. And I think... Sorry, go on.
Oh no, you go, Joe.
I
please.
Think, why would he slide there?
Because that's
You know
what he
what I mean?
does. We've got 4 men.
He's 4 men around him.
One
And he's just,
player, and it's Beto as well, who's not that tricky, really, in the grand scheme of
and
things.
he's like, please let me give a foul away.
Yeah, I think I'm hopeful that if and when, obviously it's a when, because every player goes through it. Manu goes through a 10-game patch where he's not looking great or he's getting haters and doubters and all that. I think that temperament will be the thing that carries him through that, because he is someone that's so cool, so calm, and seems like a smart guy as well.
I was thinking that goal against Wolves is like the most elite moment we've had in a long time, because we've looked to concede more late in games than we have scored.
Football.
Brilliant from Xerxes there. Mainu out to Ahmad.
What you got?
Go on, Marcus.
Oh, fantastic.
Xerxes. Oh, unlucky there. Really good. Now
Just
this
half
is
a
where
second.
Casemiro. Well done.
Nice. Oh, that was so
gosh.
stupid.
Fucking hell, Martin.
Such a high-risk pass.
I know.
Started
fucking
so
hell.
well as well, and we just...
Well
Nice.
done. Well done. It did.
Was
that
it
McNeil
was
there?
so
Casemiro.
unnecessary to try and play that pass
Yeah,
in the
it
way he
was.
did.
Yeah.
Martinez there just making a mistake. Luckily, McNeil sort of looked like he didn't know what to do there, didn't he?
Good defending by Cass.
Yeah, he got in the right position. But yeah, mistake there from Martinez, but recovered. Casemiro recovered well, and luckily McNeil wasn't Mo Salah.
I'm not too worried though. That was an individual mistake. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully he
that'll
settles
happen
down.
occasionally.
Good start, though.
Yeah, it is a good start.
Really nice. That was really good hold.
I'm
Fucking hell, Martinez.
Go on,
It
Marcus.
was really good hold-up play from Xerxes a couple of occasions there.
Yeah, it was. And we had Mainu had a lot of space in the middle of the park as well, didn't he? We got the ball into Xerxes, and then the runners off him, and behind him was offside there, surely. Meant that when Mainu got the ball there, he had loads of room to find that pass out to Ahmad, which was really good. The way we're sort of drawing Everton onto us and then quickly playing through. Took a bit of quality from Xerxes, but it's good to see.
What do you make of Xerxes so far? Because he's getting a lot of criticism, isn't he? But it's almost a bit like meme-like. Anything he does wrong is
Yeah.
jumped on. But
People are acting like he's like a footballer who's just got no ability whatsoever, and he's obviously not. You don't play in the Serie A, you don't play for Bayern Munich if you're absolutely like, I can't shoot without it going 10 yards over the bar. He's not as bad as he seems.
I think he plays really well in the small areas. It's just quite clear that it's a getting up to speed issue, I think.
Yeah,
bit of confidence and a bit of, used to a, not as quicker game.
Yeah. He does seem like someone who's just not up to speed with the pace of the Premier League.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me. And he might not be good enough even when he is, but there's definitely a learning of the tempo that because he'll take a touch and then wait too long, and then his pass is like at the same time as he's being tackled, and he'll give the ball away.
Yeah.
But you talk about that hold-up play being nice. I feel like I've seen loads of them little moments in amongst things where he's the ball bounced off him or he's given it away.
Great
what
pass.
a ball! What a
Brilliant
run!
ball. Oh, terrible touch.
Fucking hell, you touched the low. He gets into really good areas
does,
and
he
just
always
messes
does.
it up at the end.
Like him and Garnacho, just the amount of times they find themselves in brilliant areas. Phenomenal
Good run.
pass from Martinez.
And
Great
good
run as well.
Just hit it across, hit it across, just hit it across.
What he always does well, Dalot, because he seems to be in that position a lot.
Yeah.
He's never offside.
Yeah,
He times his runs so well.
that's a good point. Yeah, and he's such a willing worker, Dalot.
Yeah.
I like that about him. I'd never have once questioned whether he wants to be there or he loves playing for United. I know that he does. Just feel like it's lapses in concentration, like we said before, that let him down sometimes. Corner in, man in there.
Jackson.
Go on. Oh, he's caught that so well.
Nicholas Jackson scored for
Rashford
Chelsea
just
against Villa.
Didn't want to tackle and
I think he thought Ahmad was, didn't he? But
Oh, nice. That's good.
end dive.
Everton have got 4-on-3 here, almost. Fucking hell.
it's not.
What was that mix up there? I think Rashford could have easily got that, innit?
Yeah, Rashford sort of thought Ahmad was defending it, I think, and Ahmad thought Rashford was defending it. But Rashford was the one who had the territory of defence. Like, he was the one that the player was running toward. He should have stepped in.
Was that Nestlin as well? I hate when...
Do you know what?
It's going wide.
Is it
Not
going
far
wide?
off. You
No,
can't
go.
tell. Well.
Oh, you can tell. Pickford rooted.
Yeah, you couldn't tell.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Has he had a hair transplant, Mazraoui?
I think so.
Has he?
Nah, I think it's a bit too boomeranged. But
Let's have a look at this.
a little bit.
Or maybe I'm thinking of Amrabat or his brother. Someone's had a hair transplant somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone at some point. I know he
Yeah.
hasn't, has he?
Amrabat.
Amrabat's brother. I don't know, I might be wrong. It really doesn't matter.
It really
If I'm
doesn't
right
matter.
about that.
It doesn't matter at all.
Fucking hell.
Casemiro spends more time on his arse than he does on his feet.
Just loves the
No,
dive.
He loves diving in. Sometimes it's alright, but
It's
when
one
you...
of the few times I think he didn't hold it up there. Xerxes.
Yeah, Xerxes. And then... Tricky little effort, but comfortable save, really, wasn't it? If it was another yard in the corner, or another couple of feet in the corner, but comfortable, really. We need to... Well done, Marcus. Ish.
I think he panicked at the end.
It was Rashford's ball there. Was just
not enough on it, was there?
Nothing on it.
Fucking hell. Casemiro, they're taking every second.
They've started well, haven't they? They're trying to take these little half chances that they get in the middle to
we need to work
commit bodies forward.
What we got, like Xerxes needs to keep the ball here. He sort of does. Well done.
Great ball.
Well done, Dalot.
It is frantic, innit? Need a goal, settle it down.
Because the thing, we're seeing the weaknesses of our players learning the system, aren't we?
What was he doing there?
Poor cross from Rashford.
It's not a great cross.
Good ball out from Dalot. Ahmad's keeping possession.
I think Ahmad should have carried on inside there.
It was a good little run as well.
The right idea, wasn't it?
He was there. If that's along the floor, he's quickly. The man getting to it. See how Amorim's been kitted out head to toe.
I'm not gonna lie to you. From what I saw Amorim look like as a player, I think he's had a transplant.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
He was shaved head, wasn't he, for a while?
Yeah.
Oh my lord! Playing the ball around on the floor.
Look, he's better, innit? And I'm a bit harsh on him, but
Casemiro bothers me with the way he just dives in. Just sells himself all the time.
Happens every time, doesn't it? It's so high risk, high reward. Like, literally just
that was it. That Dalot in a bit there.
Yeah. Slid along the ground for like 10 yards with the ball under his knee. Yeah, keep the ball. No, not got many options there. Well done. Hit and hope, innit? It's
really
all
is,
hit
isn't
and
it?
hope.
It's just,
and also you're playing it on the volley, and you're like playing it in through the like. You know that the chances of that coming off are like 1 in 6, and we're just doing it anyway.
He loves spamming that
flick over his shoulder.
But this was a big theme under Ten Hag, wasn't it? He was very keen about winning the ball high up the pitch, and then just the way we use it when we do with these half chances where you just try and be sure with it and volleying it to the opposition, loose passing. Right,
let's just slow down for a minute here. Keep the ball.
Give them an angle.
They're pressing a lot higher now than they were at the start of the game, Everton, because they've sensed that we're a little bit nervous.
Good strength. Don't foul him.
Well done, Dalot. Bloody hell. Took about 4 goes. That's a foul. Right, stop.
Fucking
just
hell.
Everyone stop now. Everyone push up.
Tips it back.
Yeah. It's like we're just nervous, aren't we? Casemiro's... There's not even that much in that, is there?
I just had no belief he was going to like evade the press there himself, innit? That was a situation where you would have wanted Manu.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to just hold on to the ball for a minute. Come back, go back. Nice.
You know, man.
Quickly.
He needs to switch on a little bit, man.
Dalot. Yeah. Great pass.
Oh my God! There's no reason to take that first time.
That's it. Xerxes did fantastically there. Ball to the back post, and Ahmad hits it first time back across goal, and just basically
he used to do a lot better than that.
Hits it straight back across the 6-yard line. Xerxes was really well there. It's a good pass as well.
Just fucking completely shanks it.
Yeah, he does. Just hits the top of his foot, doesn't it? Or I don't even know what it hits. That was good though there. That felt really easy, didn't it, to get into that position? Good. Yeah. He held his space really well there, Xerxes. Just had loads of room around him. Found Ahmad in the box and then just pulled it wide. Xerxes looked right so far, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's had really a couple of good touches, man.
Yeah. United just got the ball in the box there. Xerxes played it to Ahmad at the back post and he had a free shot and hit it first time, shanked it.
Normally all right.
We'll win
that.
Oh, God.
What? Good pass. Where's Casemiro?
He doesn't exist.
Oh, I think he's pushed up high then. He just played over the press.
Oh.
Well done, Cobby.
I think Everton have played really well so far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, corner to Everton. We look dangerous though. I'm glad that we've 3 or 4 times we've got the ball in their box, turned it into shots or balls in dangerous areas. I'm quite impressed by that.
Yeah, they've looked all right as well, though, haven't they, Everton, at moments?
Yeah, they have.
They've not looked too bad either.
No, they're good. Corner to Everton. This is what you were saying, set pieces. This is your worry.
Yeah, they're quite a bit bigger than we are.
Headed away near post by Dalot.
He's going to whip that.
What a good ball as well. Well done, Dalot. Not from there, that's bloody hell.
Okay, yeah.
That shot was almost so bad that it was a pass, and that would have been frustrating. Keep the ball. Well done. Well done. Well done. That's all right.
Foul anyway.
Yeah.
He knew he was going to protect and hold it, though, innit? Maz. Big Maz.
Yeah, you can 99 times out of 100 rely on him, can't you?
Yeah, Mr. Morocco. Just got all the days going for him now.
Good pass.
First love.
Martinez. Mazraoui.
It's everyone's favourite player now. It's my mum's new favourite player.
He's everyone's favourite player. Every year we have one player who's any good and everyone loves him at the same time.
Because we're not used to players playing consistently well all the time.
Actually, no, we get 2. We get 2 a year. So Ten Hag's first year, it was Rashford and Casemiro. Everyone loved him. And Martinez as well, actually. That was a good year. We had 3. Last year, it was Dalot, and that was it, and Mainu. This year, so far, it's Mazraoui and Onana. And that's all you get.
Yeah.
Mazraoui
was Garnacho won last year a little bit.
Oh, a little bit at times. Go on then.
Go. Oh! He has a t-shirt. Oh.
He did everything.
Pass.
Was it Xerxes?
Yeah.
He did everything right, didn't he?
He too much.
Yeah, that's not a foul.
A bit soft that foot.
That was a great pass from Mazraoui into Ahmad there, and Pickford just got it. Just read it completely wrong, didn't he? It's a brilliant pass. That's a brilliant pass.
No man's land.
Yeah.
Ahmad, great little ball.
Pull back.
It's a perfect ball.
Yeah.
Just Rashford doing
what
nothing there. He looks like he's labouring a little bit. And
he does. He looks a bit.
Yeah. Maybe I'm being harsh.
I think it was just. It was too far in front, but
there weren't much angle for the cross. To be fair, on Pickford, he did close the angle.
That's true.
It was pretty much the only place that I could have played that.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like he's just got an iconic face in it.
He has. You get a Dyche every generation or two, don't you? I know Allardyce wasn't the same, but like they're sort of looked at the same way. The kind of tough, no nonsense, old school kind of managers.
Yeah.
I like them every single time.
What, modern day Sam Allardyce?
Yeah, your little Pulis, your Allardyce, your Dyche.
Is Tony Pulis on these days? To be fair, he's managing Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Some of the games earlier this season, Arsenal was so bad. It was just absolutely defensive nightmare stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah. They found themselves.
Well done. Good little nudge that.
That's crap. Typical Bruno. Instead of keeping it, he's like,
I've done something good.
Yeah.
Let me just play the
Hollywood ball.
Yeah. You could have just
this is going to be incredible. Watch this.
But Amorim sort of called him out on it already, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He said he likes playing long balls through all the time. It's going to take a while to
always wants to
it.
boom it, doesn't it? But he's not even taking into account personnel because it's like a halfway line, high line boot over the top to Xerxes.
Yeah, what's he going to do with that? Except get caught by...
Outpace everyone.
Yeah. Oh, that's a poor touch from Ahmad, that.
I thought he should try to play the pass first time.
I thought that could have been like a pass first time.
Now what? Come on now.
Let's get out of there.
Good ball. And again. Offside. Mate, you're offside. Rashford's in here, but he's offside.
Go on.
He's not scored anyway.
Fuck's sake. Was he off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if they've called
Yeah,
it,
I
but
feel
he
like
definitely was.
Bruno could have played it a little bit earlier. But
Yeah. Yeah.
Good idea though.
Yeah, really good. He couldn't have played it much earlier. It's his second touch.
True.
He
Unless
needs to hold his run better.
He would have had to play it on his left foot, wouldn't he?
Yeah, if he
didn't
either hits
fancy
it first time on his left foot.
I think Rashford needs to hold his run. Happens though on the shoulder, doesn't
Yeah, and I'm glad that he's
Rashford's
got a bit of success with it.
Rashford's got that Paul George hairline, innit? Where it's basically 1 inch above your eyebrow.
Yeah. It's good though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd rather that than the
That's
opposite.
stuff, like-
It is. It's really.
It's a strong one.
Yeah, it's very strong. Worryingly strong. Stephen Howson's got a touch of that though, you know.
Has he?
Steve's hairline is like locked in there. It's unbelievable.
Has he not covered?
Oh dear. Well done. Go on. No.
Oh shit, that was close to that. Is he not covered by the hair being kind of longer?
No.
Out here?
Next time we clock, it's not as low as like a Rashford, but it's
Just got him behind
heavy
Casemiro
stuff.
there. Bruno look, then the
covered
little,
well,
a little bit deeper
yeah.
than the rest.
That
of
would
it.
have to have been absolutely eye of a needle stuff to get the ball past Delict and Onana there, wouldn't it? I don't think.
And Martinez on the line.
Yeah, I think we had it covered in the end, even though it looked frantic. Come on, challenge.
He's competed really well, Xerxes, so far in the air. Like, just
fucking out. Xerxes on the floor. he's like
Casemiro there. Casemiro just on the floor before
Ahmad's complaining, but doesn't Ahmad see Xerxes on the floor? Though,
yeah, he must
before
have.
He's passed that.
It was a bad pass from Ahmad.
Yeah, he's passed it to him and said, "What are you doing?" He's like, "It's on the floor though."
It has become more chaotic the past 5 minutes. Everton look the more calmer team, the more settled team.
Mazraoui's like...
We're struggling a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we look a little bit messy, don't we? I would say.
Oh, Yontman, in
Coming
that
through, aren't
situation.
Well done, Onana. It's good. I'm getting to a point with Onana when...
he might not get there.
Oh my, that's... It's just...
He looks old today, Cass.
Self-destructive. No, I thought that was a bad throw. I thought it was a bit... running away from him a bit.
But he did look like he was running in quicksand, though.
He did. Yeah, last 10 minutes or so, Everton have looked good, haven't they? Holding the ball well, passing it around well. We've got a bit of pre-season feel to us.
I just always feel like we're lacking that personality in the middle of the pitch, don't we?
Yeah.
To get hold of the game.
Thing is, not every time, but there's been 3 or 4 times where when we've slowed it down, when we've allowed them onto us, when we've made our passes right, we've got in behind, or we've got balls into their 6-yard box, or we've had shots. It's just that when we lose it, we have this big panic of where we're meant to be, what should we do? And like the stat on the screen, last 5 minutes Everton have had 76% possession. But when we actually play properly and hold the ball, we tend to do well with it, and we have done so far. That's a silly ball though, that angle's never on.
Who played that?
Don't know.
Probably
Bruno.
Probably Bruno.
I think it was, yeah.
It's just trying too much.
It's true, because you've got... You need leaders in there, don't you? You need leaders in the right position. You've got, in Casemiro and Bruno, you've got 2 players that really you want to look to, but actually look like they're bringing about a lot of the chaos sometimes.
Good cast.
Good
ball.
Good hands.
Yeah. I think with the one issue I have with Xerxes is, I think when we're out of possession, he's
not very good.
No. Mount is a lot better than him off the ball. Xerxes always feels like he's like half a step behind everything. Like, it's very rare that Xerxes actually gets in there and gets a tackle or forces the opposition to make a difficult pass or give the ball away. He's a bit slow off the ball. That's good stuff, but like now,
he's not.
What Xerxes do for the next 3? He's not moved at all. I
don't
know if that was a...
Look at him. He's like...
He don't really... He's not making that pass difficult for their player at all there. He's just sort of...
Yeah.
He wanders a little bit. And that's a bit of a worry when we're trying to play this system.
Yeah. Okay, I know I'm going to name my kid New Star.
That's a foul, surely.
Take it back for the
Fully Ahmad just was pretending to be hurt there and then just jumped up as soon as the free kick was.
Nathan Salt, who's been on the channel, Daily Mail writer, said Mason Mount and Alejandro Garnacho have been sent out to warm up by Amorim, who does not look happy with what he's seen so far. That was a minute ago. So I don't know whether they'll come on at half time or beforehand, but
24 minutes is early for subs to warm up though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, regardless of when, even if they don't come on, if you're on the pitch and you see them two warming up, you're probably thinking, I need to book my ideas up a bit here. But yeah, Xerxes, when Everton have the ball...
For anyone, them two, couldn't they, in this system?
Yeah, that's true. That might be wing back, centre mid, centre forward, number 10. No one is safe.
Must be pissed. Because the last 10 minutes have been all Everton, isn't it?
Yeah. It's that, but it is. We did what we've done in those 10 minutes, which is why you can tell that that Amorim's ideas aren't in there unconsciously yet. Casemiro is when we didn't get what we wanted, when Everton looked good, we panicked and it went all frantic and weird, didn't it? Yeah. It wasn't like, right, we're just going to lock down. Even if you just pass it around for a little bit just to dispel some of the pressure, we didn't do that. We took more risks and got more giddy. And that was one of the big issues under Ten Hag, why we'd concede goal and then a second goal. It's because when it goes wrong, we make it worse. And now we've got our heads out of our arse and we're passing it around again. But that 10 minutes there was like, oh my God, what do we do? Oh my God, that's a risky pass.
Is he going to make the
Go
right
on,
decision?
come on.
Okay, no.
Fucking hell. That
weren't a good cross, was it?
No.
Don't get booked.
Good player and die, innit?
That's not a foul. Back.
How often does that happen to where someone slid?
He's played it the wrong way there.
Got away with that.
How often does it happen where someone slid and then it's just the it's just the physicality, bro. Just not there.
Dalot did it. Mainu did it then. Casemiro did it. We're sliding in and the ball's just like getting away from us.
Fuck me.
Especially Casemiro, because he's not actually sliding to win the ball, he's sliding to block the ball. It's not like to knock the ball away. So it'll sometimes hit him and then just bounce like around him and he just won't be able to collect it anyway.
It's like when you hit the wrong button in FIFA, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes. That was a brilliant chance there to take a touch or to just drive it along the floor. It was such an awful ball.
Yeah, it was. Dalot massively overhit and behind everyone as well, basically putting them on the counter attack. Wasn't it? It was the ball that their fullback would have done if he could have picked what he wanted. It's just not good enough, and neither is that.
Who was that?
I think it was Mazraoui.
Well, it was a good 10 minutes, isn't it, to begin with?
What a 10 minutes, though.
What a 10 minutes that was.
They can't take that away.
Feels like a world away. Oh. I think when you've got Rashford and Xerxes as part of the front three, though, the pressing that out of possession just ain't there.
No, it's not. It's not at all. Oh, he's done well there, McNeil.
This guy we can't deal with.
No, we can't. All right.
Don't
rush it. Don't
here's
rush
the crowd
it.
now. Watch it. Is it a big
just small pass, little pass, knock it and go. Well done. That was good, that, because he just carried the ball 40 yards and kept possession. That's good from Bruno.
He was itching, though.
He was
itching. Xerxes in the box. It's just not.
It's not good enough, is it?
That was never going to work out.
No. And Xerxes not a
on the floor,
fighting his man, winning the header 1-0 kind of player anyway.
Because I was looking at that and I was like, why didn't Wayne just go out wide? So I'm trying to force it through the middle.
it's just sloppy, innit?
He was offside as well. Wrong
Was
pass. Yeah.
I didn't get through though anyway. Dalot.
Yeah.
Surprising not sent Ugarte to warm up.
Yeah.
And then I guess Mount's probably part of that more
Mount
of
can
having
do
a
some
little
of that
bit
as
more
well.
legs, innit?
Yeah. And putting them under pressure when they've got the ball in their own third. It's weird because we did this against Ipswich last game, where in the last game in the league, where when they had the ball, we didn't have the pressers to get it off them, so we ended up sitting back deep, and they kept possession for large periods.
Did you
And it's the same with this one.
Ipswich?
No, it was Casemiro and Ericsson.
I was on it.
Yeah, and we've got the same problem now with Xerxes, Rashford, Casemiro, and even Mainu to a certain degree. They're not athletic enough to push and press consistently. Mount's not a huge athlete, but he's got an engine and work rate. And you have the same, more engine and more work rate with Højlund than you do with Rashford. And like, you've got 4 players in there in the square: Xerxes, Rashford, Mainu, Casemiro, none of which have really got the sort of the mobility or the engine to press very well. So they end up keeping the ball far too easily.
Yeah, we fucking fell miles off it last 20 minutes.
Yeah, we have.
We're nowhere near it, on the ball or off it.
No. Because we start to panic on the ball.
So is he tired?
It's his first start
Like
since Palace in September, this. He's not started a game in nearly 2 months. But yeah, there's just not enough legs in the middle, is there? I mean, if you're Ugarte watching this, you're thinking, I'm going to be starting every week by the end of the season.
I'm surprised that he's not. Well, he just seems to be being used a bit sparingly, doesn't he?
Yeah.
By both managers, considering how much money he came in for and the problems he was supposed to solve.
Didn't Van Nistelrooy play him in every game? Or nearly, or 3 of the 4 games at least, didn't he? He was keen on him. Sloppy in it from United.
I thought after that Fenerbahce game, he'd probably solidify himself in there a bit, because he's not been injured. I don't think.
No,
Ugarte?
It's just...
No. It's just what the manager said about training and rotating, isn't it? But this is what's going to happen, though, isn't it? He's finding this stuff out, and from everything he says, when he does an interview after a game, I think, yeah, I thought that, or oh, that makes sense. Yeah, now he says it, I really like. So far, we've not got to the stage where he's saying baffling things that I don't agree with.
Yeah.
He seems to see the issues when they're there.
God, it's the...
fuck me.
So he sees what we're seeing, and obviously more as well, hopefully.
Just seems like all our offensive moments are coming to us when we're just under immense pressure, no control.
Yeah. Right, now what?
Now what?
Who's making runs? Go on, Marcus.
Get under control.
It's
Bobbling a lot there, isn't it?
Unlucky. Get a corner. Well done.
Don't
That's
mind
something
it,
at
don't
least.
mind
Well done. Actually driving at his man and winning something. Well done. Went into the corner in 20 minutes.
Got 2 now.
Yeah. It annoys me. Actually, I don't want to.
Oh, 3.
Okay. That's gone way back, that.
Yeah, no. See that comment there? Spouses with no relevance in the real world. Goal!
We've scored.
Fuck off.
Great.
Our stream obviously
that's
didn't
great.
show that, but
That's
United
great
have
timing.
scored, which is great news.
Great fucking
Well done,
timing.
it's an own goal. It's Bradford! Your best mate with the goal. Unbelievable.
He'll dine out tonight.
There you go. United have scored. We didn't see it, obviously.
That is absolutely great for a stream. Though.
Was it Ahmad?
Unbelievable. I think it was
they're showing Rashford.
It's
giving it to
goal
Rashford.
scorer, so maybe it was on target as well. But it's Branthwaite that turned it in. It was a big, heavy deflection from Jared Branthwaite.
He's double agent.
Yeah, we'll get it up in a second. There you go.
Do you know what I mean? Just doing some shopping first.
Yeah. Very good stuff there. Came from that corner that Marcus won as well.
That was good.
I don't know how it ended up going in. Apologies, everyone. But United are winning. And we don't deserve it at all, but I don't mind it. Go on then. Go on then. Who's over that side?
No one.
What?
we're due a goal in these circumstances. You know, the amount of times we should have been 2 or 3 up and we don't get anything for it.
Yeah.
Bit of luck.
Scored the first goal in all 3 of Amorim's games as well so far.
Man can't hold on to a lead.
That's something.
A little bit later than usual, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Ethan having an absolute nightmare on the sticks here.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
He's struggling, isn't he?
Oh, he's given up.
Okay.
He's thrown. He's go on, Joshua.
The game's on, and then
there we go. Look at that.
Not left on it.
Well done, everyone.
Okay. This won't be happening if United were good again. Do you know what I
know,
mean?
yeah.
We'd be on Sky Sports.
We're watching it on the radio.
Yeah. Might as well.
To just so we can stick to.
What is Gaz on?
Legalities.
Nice.
Now look at us like we're
This is better. Yeah.
Brazil in 1970. We get a goal, all of a sudden we can pass again.
What? Are you familiar? Brazil in 1970?
I've watched a lot
It's
of it.
like the games you watched back then.
Me,
for reference.
Carlos Alberto, Jairzinho, Pele.
Just saying names that sound Brazilian.
None of them are even real people. Yeah, Cafu and that probably. Don't know.
Yeah. I think that was.
You're just going through the players that were involved in that goal.
Yeah. All I know is that Carlos Alberto goal.
Said Cafu when he was.
I know Cafu was in the 90s.
Born, probably.
Cafu was one of those players that even at about 28 looked about 50.
Oh.
Go on, Bruno.
I wouldn't.
First time.
No.
I wouldn't go into a 50-50 with Pickford. He'd probably wipe you out.
He will. Knees.
What was that?
Knee right
Take
in the
it
sternum.
Just overdoing it.
So unnecessary.
Fernandes has got a goal for Chelsea as well. It's 2-0 now. That's 2. He's never scored from him. He's got 2 goals in 3 games from now. Assuming
never
that's
scored
Fernandes.
isn't correct.
What?
Never scored.
He scored away at Forest, didn't he?
I think he scored like 2 or 3 last season.
Enzo Fernandez?
Yes.
I saw an interview with him. Did he not? Was they not saying it was his first ever goal for him?
No, it definitely isn't.
Was it not?
No.
I'm sure I've watched that with my own eyes.
No, I definitely remember him scoring a goal. Palmer assist
scoring.
last
What was
I
week.
remember him scoring. I think there was a sequence last season where he scored like a couple in a few games and never scored again.
That then. Yeah, he got 7
running.
goals from last season.
Yeah, I know.
7 goals.
7.
I'm sure I
Have
watched
you been
it.
duped into that?
I literally have watched games where he scored.
Oh, wait, no.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
I watched an interview with him last week when he scored, and they were like, "It's your first goal." Maybe it's just the first goal this season.
First goal at Stamford Bridge, I don't know.
Maybe something like it was something. Anyway, there you go. He scored again.
Can't stop scoring.
And Aston Villa continue to have their wheels fall off.
I know. It was going to happen eventually, wasn't it?
At the Champions League.
The Champions League
which they
effect,
started well in.
It happened to Newcastle as well.
Happened to Newcastle, happened to Leicester. Happened to Man United last season. Couldn't handle it.
Oh,
That's a foul.
it's definitely.
He did well to get fouled there, didn't he?
Foul, innit? You knew it was running out of play. Let me.
Is it yellow?
I think
Mikalenko.
Totting up.
Do you like Mikalenko, Ronnie? Player-wise, I think he's good.
I don't have an opinion on him.
Okay.
What can I lie?
I refuse to answer that
Do you know
question.
what I mean? I refuse.
Yeah, he's
Probably
not.
might be better than Ashley Young.
Oh, is it? Yeah, fair enough.
Went down in his
He knew what he was
there,
doing.
innit?
It was the last little bit that clipped him.
Premier League refs are funny. I feel like they've all got the default appearances.
Yeah. Yeah, they have. You never get a ref with like a ponytail or.
Nah, or I'm waiting for one with braids.
Yeah. Never happens.
Could be
It must.
around
Be, it
about.
must. It must be one of the. It's got to be one of the whitest jobs in the UK, hasn't it, ref?
Yeah.
It's so white.
I don't think that's through like. I think that's just through generally.
Just
People
interest.
want interest in it
Yeah.
more than anything else.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh.
Go on.
Oh! Thought he scored then,
Nice.
Casemiro. Was he offside?
No.
Yeah.
Was he? Oh shit.
Yeah. I thought he got a goal there.
Getting a little set piece goal. Look at. Oh, you see that beard there?
No. Was it good?
It's like
On the linesman.
Kendrick Perkins 2.0.
all of them, not even
Casemiro
close.
started offside and just stayed offside the whole time.
I feel like every one of our corners or set pieces finds its way near Casemiro.
Yeah, it enters his orbit, doesn't it?
Yeah, just got the instinct. Imagine Xerxes had a bit of that.
Yeah, he's getting 6 goals a season from set pieces and stuff.
Yeah, good pass.
Who's the best ever player from set pieces that you've ever seen?
From scoring them or taking them?
Scoring them.
Casemiro is pretty
As
good.
in not
He really
like
surprised
direct
me.
free kicks, but like winning headers, getting on the end of things.
John Terry was good.
Probably
wasn't
Gabriel.
No, ever. Shut up.
He's putting himself up there. Have you not seen the stats over
Yeah,
the
but
past
he's
2
done.
years?
But it's 2 seasons, isn't it? We've got 15 years of John Terry.
I don't
or
think that's an outlandish statement.
Didier Drogba or whatever. Go on then.
Go on.
Right, we've got a score
he?
here.
Here we are. It's going to be 2.
Is
Pass
it?
No!
Xerxes? Yes! Hey, well done. He almost underestimated how slow
Hey,
Xerxes
listen, hey,
is.
guess who
Yes, with the machine
listen.
gun, mate. Come on.
Guess who made the mistake?
Not Branthwaite. Do you
Double
want
agent
him
is
at
right.
United now?
Oh, he looks happy, doesn't he?
Smile, there it.
Assist for Bruno, goal for Xerxes.
I'm knocked over.
I didn't think he was going to get to it. I thought the
didn't think he
pass
was
was a
gonna
bit
get
in the
to it.
middle of what it needed to be.
Knocked over McGregor's.
Have you?
I thought the pass was a bit off as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thought he's used to passing it for Rashford, isn't he?
I thought we were going to see another one of Xerxes stretching for it.
Yeah, and just sliding and it not going in.
Branthwaite's having a mare. His
He
value's
is.
plummeting.
Yeah, that's 10 million off.
Oh,
Great
it's
pressing
poor.
from Ahmad. Great pressing, and he looks up Bruno, plays it at the right time.
The pass is for Ahmad.
Yeah,
Do you think? I don't think it is. Do you think it is?
I think he's because he's not quite looking. I think he's overhit a pass to
No,
Ahmad.
he has a look there.
Yeah, he's not. It's an overhit pass to Ahmad.
hell.
I'm telling you.
Lucky Xerxes in the right place, then, isn't it?
I think
Thank God for Xerxes, yeah.
needs that a bit more than Ahmad, though.
Yeah, he
Definitely.
does.
It's a good finish.
It's a
Just
good
getting it in.
finish.
Yes.
Well done. 2-0 against. I don't think that one was against them to play, but this hasn't been a we're 2-0 up kind of game, has it? By any means. When you've watched these first 42 minutes, but there you go.
Third before half time, I'm thinking.
When's the last time we were 2-0 up? We weren't 2-0 up against Bodo Glimt, were we? 1-0 up. We were 2-1 down.
Oh, fantastic.
It needs to go the other way.
Rashford. Although it's ended up working out. Come
Come
on, then.
Ahmad. Right,
Get-
come on, flood that box.
Oh,
all fell apart there, didn't it?
That's what happens.
It was all a bit
that's
loose,
what happens
wasn't it?
when you have a bad first touch.
No one was ever in
Usually makes-
control.
Oh,
Oh,
well
go
done,
on.
Bruno.
Makes of action.
Well done, Bruno.
Oh no!
He's definitely gonna foul him. Yeah, he's got. Why did he not pass
Oh,
it?
I think he's definitely fouled him, but he
should've
stayed on his
stayed down.
feet. Why did he go
Bruno's
down?
had that thing where you've done a mad skill, so you're not gonna pass it no matter what.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
Like, that's
Ashley
not-
Young
could-
as well.
Because he could find things.
That's
about
Yeah,
such
should've
a
gone down
foul.
there.
Why didn't he
Should've
go
gone
down?
He should have gone down there.
Why did he not go down? Well, as soon as he megged him, I was like, Ash Young's gonna foul him here.
Oh, I don't know. If
I think he
don't know.
clips him. He feels
Yeah.
on
I
the.
think you get that.
Let's have a look. Yeah, I think you probably.
Yeah, he
would.
would. You'd get it.
You do
And
get
there.
that. Yeah, if he goes down there. he
Wait,
gets
so
it.
can't that be a penalty?
It would, but you're just never going to get it.
No,
you
but
know,
like
given.
on the sake of advantage, or it doesn't.
It could be, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna, because it was a gentle-ish one anyway.
Oh, Xerxes, stop.
Go on. Right, we could actually get another one before half
We
time
could.
here because Everton are rocking.
Branthwaite's rocking.
Branthwaite's struggling, isn't he?
It's good this, because any transfer won't be based on this game. It'll be based on all the rest, but this is the one that brings him down.
Knocks him
Yeah.
down
A bit of money.
3 million off, innit?
Yeah.
The add-ons are down to 5 million rather than 10 million now. It's 50 plus 5. Samwise says Branthwaite is so overrated with a crying laughing face.
I knew Branthwaite was gonna have a stinker today. I said it before. It was just gonna be one
Nice.
of them, and everyone's gonna be like,
Poor.
Bruno.
fouled up, foul.
If you get nutmegged and skinned by Bruno, that's a problem, innit? Because he's not that kind of guy.
Who
is
got
he?
megged?
Ashley Young.
Ashley Young.
He's not like you playing against Ronaldinho or Vinicius.
It wasn't that
Junior
kind
or
of
something.
megging though. It was like a.
No,
just,
but
it was
just-
just seeing the space.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
did
which
really
is-
well. It was good. Do you think you'll ever get to the point with have a sort of Daichian goatee or whatever that is, just that bit left and the rest is just skin? Can you imagine that for yourself?
I often do that when I'm shaving.
It looked quite good, that.
Would it?
No. No, it probably is worth a go.
I don't know.
How long did it take you to get those cheeks back? 3 weeks?
Yeah, probably.
I think it might be worth a go.
I think it's got to a point where it'd grow back too fast.
You can go as Sean Dyche for next year's Halloween.
What about you?
I can't imagine it. It might be good.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it.
And then like short hair.
Yeah.
Short hair.
You'd have to go a bit shorter here, wouldn't you?
Honest to God, I think if you got that goatee and then shaved your hair bald, you're straight there for a Breaking Bad spin-off.
Yeah, I've got.
I can actually see
a little of the Cranstons to me.
Yeah, I could see it.
That'd be fun, wouldn't it? I'm so glad we've got 2 goals.
2 minutes added on.
We've not deserved it at all, but who cares? Not that they've had loads of chances either, to be fair, Everton.
They had a good 20 minutes.
They had a good 20-minute spell, but it wasn't like Pepper in Onana, was it? They didn't have... I'm thinking of that like Roy Delap chance that Ipswich had last game.
Yeah.
They've not had anything close to that. But United have not been great. Well, we got a minute left to go. Foul throw.
What's that? They don't give foul throws.
No.
And there's like 6 every game.
Yeah.
Someone like literally just chest passes to someone and the ref was like, can't be arsed.
Well, his back foot was definitely off the floor there. That is part of the rules, isn't it?
Passed it like he was...
He was just walking and he just lifted his foot up and threw it. Go on then.
Offside.
Pickford.
Pickford's hilarious.
He
man.
is.
He's so bozoed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh wow!
What did he do there?
It looked like I thought he might have elbowed him just because of the way he went in.
The Kai Havertz special. Where he just
complaining.
Where the ball's in the air, he's not even looking at the ball.
Just
He just
smacking
runs
into
into
his centre back.
just smacks into the centre half.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
It's
Havertz
too,
does
it's
that
too
every
physical.
game. That would fucking hurt, innit?
Yeah.
Half time now on it.
Yeah, this will be it. There you go, half-time, Manchester United 2, Everton 0. I don't want to say United have been terrible, but it hasn't been, I don't know, even in the top 5 or 6 halves of football we've played this season, and yet we're 2-0 up.
Streets, Joe, can you walk us through the first goal?
Walk us through the first goal. Okay, so what happened is, the ball went out for a corner, then the stream crashed. Then it came back and I saw the ball hitting Jared Branthwaite. All right, so the ball came in and then something happened in the box. Rashford had a shot and then it hit Jared Branthwaite and went in. Just talk to me generally about that half, Ronaldo. What was it like? What did you see?
I thought the first 10 minutes or so we were quite bright. We were seeing patterns of play. We were seeing things that we have seen in the first couple of games where things were quite promising. But then I think after that, we started to struggle a little bit with Everton and their physicality and speed, especially in the middle. I think Casemiro has been struggling a little bit. Mainu's just come back, but I feel like we need a little bit more legs in the middle of the park. But I thought we were quite wasteful on a couple of occasions early. But I think the last 10 minutes or so we've come back into it. But we still seeing really, really good and promising sequences of play though, and some decent performances. I think Xerxes has been good on the ball.
Yeah.
I think off the ball, defensively, not so much. And I think that's what was always going to be a worry. Obviously, Amorim's got a system that probably requires a lot of energy, a lot of legs.
Yep.
And you've got a midfield pivot that's not known for legs. And then in front of him, you've got Rashford and Xerxes who aren't that good in terms of pressing. But I think on the ball, I think we've been really bright for a lot of our forward play at times. So I think Amad's been a little bit sloppier than he usually is on a couple of occasions. We're not expecting that to continue. But for the most part, I'm just happy for us to be 2-0 in front and scoring goals again, because we almost forgot how to score goals, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think, it's... Everton started the game quite well, I thought, and it's been a classic case of, it's a team that's still mildly experimental.
Yep.
Players that don't necessarily know exactly what they're doing. And in the moments where it gets a bit ropey, you can see that there's a little bit of panic. There was for about 20 minutes, wasn't there, when Everton were quite on top. But yeah, I think we're so used to having to really, really earn a goal that we're perhaps a little bit unsure when we've scored a couple of goals from we turned the screw a little bit, didn't we? There's still a lot of good stuff we've done in that half that you can feel quite it's quite promising, and 2-0 up Old Trafford, making it work for us.
Yeah, somehow we've had 61% possession in that half. It didn't feel like that to me. There was a 10-minute spell in particular where Everton, I think, had 76% possession or something to that level. but United have had more of the ball. 3 shots on target, and looking at the XG, which again, whatever, United is 0.39. But I'm gonna dispute that a little bit. I think when the dust settles, that Xerxes chance that there was the goal was 0.11. You can't tell me that from that position only goes in 1 in 10 times.
Nah, but does not actually not take into account
doesn't take into account the fact that the goal wasn't there.
The players around him, and he had.
Yeah. I don't know.
The fact that he wasn't looking and played the pass to Ahmad. And
yeah, that's true. But I think by the time he's arriving on that ball, Xerxes would score that more than 1 in 10. But it's either way.
But it's the openings you're creating. That's what FC's a bit. It doesn't always tell.
But
wow,
yeah, exactly.
Boys, Steve can have a field day with Brantford.
Yeah, that's true. United's first goal then came from that corner. Rashford direct down the left hand side, won the corner, and then when the ball's played into Rashford, there's a bizarre moment where Everton have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players in their own 6-yard box. Then they've got number 27, who I can't remember who that is sort of near post, kind of watching the pass back to Ahmad. But there's no one then between the edge of the 6-yard line and Rashford, who's 20 yards out. So when Bruno plays the ball back to Rashford, there's no one anywhere near him. It's bizarre. Look how they're defending their box there.
He doesn't
this whole area is completely
lace
empty.
it. He doesn't lace it, does he? He just kind of side foots it towards goal with a bit of power.
Yeah. And because there's so many men in that box, like you said, there's so many men in there, Branthwaite sticks a foot out to try and block it, and it ends up wrong footing Pickford. It will go down as a Rashford goal because I think it was going to go in, but it wouldn't have gone in if it weren't for that deflection. It was a crucial deflection because it took it completely to the other side of the goal. But again, not necessarily deserved, but United found themselves 1-0.
Listen, playing against Everton today, obviously only to win for the majority of reasons, but I just feel like Brantford's performance is made it that whole bit sweeter. And I think the first team for us to give a good battering to, hopefully in the second half, I would love it to be Everton. I'd fucking love it to be them. I'd fucking love it if we beat them.
We need to go through the gears a bit, don't we, in the second half? It's something that the team needs to have in them that we haven't done for so long. It's been everything's such a battle. Even when you're 2-0 up against sides you should be beating, somehow we conspire to make it really difficult and even drop points. So
yeah. We've got a few super chats. Doc Rock says, scroll back in the chat to the part where I told you Jay-Z would score. Silence haters, the Jay-Z era is coming.
I'll tell you what, is that going in? I think it might be going post.
Going wide,
that
really.
Could be a Brantford.
We'll see if Rashford
Is it?
I don't know.
You're enjoying this more. Tom's enjoying it more than me.
He's enjoying how much you're enjoying it. Yastradamus says, imagine running a United fan channel from the city of Manchester and it's this tough for you guys to watch the game live. Broadcasters are a joke. It is a bit odd. I think it feels like the fact that the access to watching games online is so easy and yet you can't watch it in the country that literally the game is happening about 3 miles away ish, something in that ballpark, maybe even slightly less, and there's no way for you to watch it. I do think it feels a bit old school now. I think when telly first came around and there's 5 channels, or when Sky first happened there's 3 sports channels, that if every game was on TV, it might stop people going to the matches. But every game is available now anyway.
But the channels want to broadcast it. They want to have that, coverage of everything, multiple options. But it's that blackout, isn't it?
But I don't get it, because can they not have multiple games televised from the same kickoffs? Because obviously there is one game. Is it Chelsea that's on telly now? I don't know. I don't get why they're not all on like +1 or Sky Sports Plus or whatever. Anyway, who cares? Because it's Saturday 3:00 is the blackout, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. It's all very odd. Rune says Jared lowers his own transfer fee. Excellent. Zray Gupta, can we now stop with the ass-hattery of wanting Branthwaite? That or we get him for cheap and don't care to put him ahead of anyone but Maguire and Lindelof. I'd rather have Sir Johnny Evans ahead of Jared Branthwaite. Thoughts?
Do you know what? I said before the game, I knew Branthwaite was going to have a stinker today, and for people that generally don't watch him at all, apart from today, they're going to say, it means he's shit and we shouldn't sign him. For me, I've not been the biggest fan of Branthwaite myself anyway. I thought his price tag was massively inflated. Yeah. I didn't think he was worth nowhere near as much as Everton wanted. Would he be an asset to the team? I still think he would be. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But only if it's for cheap, not for anything extortionate. But I think today he's looked a bit out of his depth. He struggled a little bit, and I don't know whether it's to do with the fact that he's had the United links or anything, but his head looks gone to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I don't think...
The own goal was a tough one for him. It was. I mean, he should have done better, but it wasn't a big mistake.
I think United should stay away from spending
the second one
way too much on Brownface. I thought that anyway. I was glad that we didn't do the deal, to be honest. But in terms of if United bring him in the future using today against him, I wouldn't do that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I still think it's funny that he's been sold bad today. I still think I find it hilarious, especially because
Everton fans furious Everton fans about the way it went down.
And he was so desperate to keep him, going on like he's some sort of messiah. Yeah. So the fact that he's basically the sole reason the 2-0 down today is
the second goal in particular.
Hilarious.
Even though the first one might be an own goal by him, the second one is the big mistake, isn't it? Where he's obviously gets pressed by Ahmad, who again wins the ball high up. Bruno takes over, squares it to Xerxes, and he side foots it in. Full-time Productions, who was playing golf a little while ago, he'd lost 3 balls from 3 holes. Replies saying, still on the course, first goal sounded amazing. Yeah, there was a technical issue over the first goal where our stream cut out.
Wait, why wasn't that a penalty on Bruno, by the way? I'm still stuck on that.
Because he carried on and had a shot.
No, but if that was outside the box, it's a free kick because the referee would say it was an advantage.
Yeah.
A second later, he lost the ball.
I think advantage for penalties is always a bit of a weird one because
it's always ref differently, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because as soon as Ashley Young got megged, anyone you played football, when you get megged like that, you always know that the challenge you put in after that is going to be a bit loose.
Yeah.
A bit rash.
Because you're desperate.
And you could see it. And we know what Ashley Young's like. He played for us for years.
Yeah.
We said he's gonna foul it. Then I said he was gonna foul him here, and then he just slid in inside the box. Not made contact with the ball. It's through Bruno off balance. Bruno tried to stay up. So what he should have done is dive then.
Yeah.
But
I think that and definitely in that moment, Bruno's not sure whether the contact was enough, and that in itself maybe suggests that it's the right decision. That it's not. But I don't know, because if you're not sure as the fouled player if it's enough, you don't want to be in a place where. Yeah, we're criticising Bruno for not going down.
Yeah, it's a shame that you have to do that, though, isn't it? Because if he throws his arms in the air and trips over and doesn't have the shot, you probably get a penalty. But then, like you said, with advantage with a penalty is an odd one because there's no such thing really other than scoring a goal.
Yeah.
Nothing is better than a penalty. So there isn't. You can't really play advantage for penalties because it's just a penalty.
They generally don't, do they? Which is like you'll see a whole. Sequence take place where there might have been a couple of shots and VAR might look at a trip that happened when obviously there's been advantage.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter for a penalty.
No.
We bring it back.
Yeah. But they didn't do that. We've got a couple more super chats as well coming in. Get your thoughts in on that first half in the comments. 2-0 up. I mean, it's a weird one. I don't feel like it was a 2-0 game, but here we are. Doc Rock again. Talking about Xerxes, he says, I'm going to keep backing Jay-Z. He has goals in him. He's an international, so we know that he has it. The slothy Fellaini look is not helping him, though. Interesting. Benjamin Toppin says, morning from Florida. Come on, United. Good morning. What time is it? -2, -3. 9:30 a.m. Beautiful time to be alive, isn't it?
It's always a beautiful time to be alive, Joe.
That's true, actually.
I mean, cherish every moment and all that.
Would you be saying that if we were 2-0 down?
No.
Can we
so a Branthwaite brace.
Hit the like button. Let's get over 1,000 likes. We're nearly there anyway, but if you're watching, just hit the like button. Let's tickle over 1,000. Slick Vic says, morning lads from Montreal. Why is Xerxes on his burner account at half time? Says Hostad. That's coming from you, Doc Rock there, mate. We saw, though, if we go back a little bit, we did see a spell from maybe the 10th minute to the sort of 25th minute where United... Or I don't want to say United let Everton, because Everton had a big part in it as well. Everton looked good. They kept the ball well. They really unsettled us on the ball, off the ball as well. I thought they played it around quite nicely. Never made sort of big chances, but they looked dangerous. We even saw reports that Garnacho and who was it, Mason Mount had been sent out to warm after about 25 minutes. What do you think helped us through that? Was it just getting the goal gave us a bit of momentum, or do you think we made any tweaks there?
I don't think they were. I think we just started looking after the ball a little bit, and I also think sometimes it's the opposition. I think Everton had a bright 20-minute spell, and I think their tempo and energy dropped off a little bit after that when nothing came of it, allowing us to get back into the game, control the ball more, and our quality started to show. But as it should, Everton's not the best side that will play. They have players that can cause you problems.
Yeah.
But it should be a side that we beat comfortably, and I'm just hoping that we get it over the line because we still are a team in transition. Ruben Amorim's experimenting with things. I think we've still not found the best dynamics in terms of the starting 11 in the system yet.
Yep.
Especially because I think there's a lack of like legs and physicality. United desperately need to focus on recruiting athletes in the next couple windows. I know it doesn't sound football purist to say that, but the way the Premier League is now, I think the physical side of the game is so important. And I think that's a position where United lack, and I think sometimes it shows even at points today. So with the likes of Casemiro, even Manu does struggle sometimes a bit with that. Yeah. So I think United do need to focus a little bit more on that in our recruitment. As for now, 2-0, we need to see the rest of the game out, take the 3 points, get a few more lads on the pitch, and then look towards Wednesday against Arsenal.
Yeah, because that's going to be a big one, and we don't know who's been rested for that game or whether they've just part of the plan to rotate everyone through. But you look at United's bench there, as we can see down there. It's a strong bench. You've got Maguire, Shaw, Ugarte, Mount, Garnacho and Højlund in particular. Obviously Malacia and Anthony are there as well. But in terms of the people who regularly start for United and are good players, those lot could easily, any 5 of them could come on. Do you think we'll see any subs at half time? We can see the tunnel there. I don't see any obvious subs at half time.
Go on, get a third goal.
Yeah, I think maybe trust him to get a third, but it's not. It wasn't a great half though, was it, Tom? It wasn't one where you go more of the same, please. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was just that period, wasn't it? Because I think we did start well, and we don't always start well at Old Trafford. So that was nice to see. But then it is just that. Look at this here, doing a little.
They were doing this last time. These little sprints, weren't they? It's almost like.
And no one did it correctly.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
I'm just jogging it.
I think it got a bit frantic, didn't it? And then I think that's when you're already in a position where, as I said before, you don't know how you're operating wonderfully well. Yeah. And credit to Everton, we looked a bit unsure, trying to force it, a few loose passes, and they took hold of the game for 20 minutes. But then, I know you say Everton maybe ran out of steam a little bit, but we did just start to look at a couple of times Bruno where I thought during that period he was trying to volley it forward. He just checked back and kept the ball, and a bit of luck, you get the goal. And
we had this chat, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago, Ronaldo, about possession and how important it is. And I do think that at times teams keep possession for the sake of it. But I think that we have been so bad under Ten Hag at just slowing the game down, holding the ball, like using possession as a tool rather than as a possession above all else. And what we've done under Amorim, we did it really well, I thought midweek, is using the possession to get the best out of our players rather than sometimes when we're so frantic, you just like Bruno in particular pinging the ball straight up the pitch. Oh, great.
Brilliant from Xerxes.
Pass from Xerxes. Ahmad's running on the left here. Bit of run in front of him, play in. Rashford with a shot. 3-0.
Yes!
What a
start to the second. Brilliant.
Into the second half.
Rashford's on a hat-trick.
Rashford with a goal. Unbelievable.
Rashford, yes.
That's brilliant.
Hey, that was a strong dap, Tom.
Oh, fantastic. Sorry, that was
a great dap.
Leading into it.
That
was brilliant from Xerxes.
It's not a hat-trick for Rashford,
Tom's got a bit of brother in him.
Xerxes got the second goal, you know that. He's on a hat-trick, you mean?
It's coming.
It could do. 3-0 United and hopefully game over already.
Yeah. Look at him, smile on his face.
I haven't seen Rashford smile in a little while. What is it, 2 goals in 3 games under Amorim for Rashford?
Terrible start to the half for Everton there.
Everton play it back to Pickford, big boot up the pitch. Casemiro wins it.
This is a brilliant pass here.
Bruno reacts the quickest, but Xerxes
that's so good.
Xerxes there, that's fantastic. And I mean, he's walking after.
He needs to get the credit for
Xerxes there, but good ball in behind. And that run in behind that we spoke about, that's why you have the inverted wingers, so they can play that pass on their strong foot.
Decision making from Ahmad as well, just to delay it and play it, wait it. He's the best at that from our wingers.
And great ball in behind.
Because Rashford might not get the first one, innit? When he
might not.
Check it.
You don't know. But he's definitely getting that one. Brilliant start to the second half from United.
Time for me to tweet Everton, dead club. Sorry.
Right, we've got another chance here.
This could be chaos.
Same position again now.
Look at Rashford. Look how fast he's moving now.
Rashford overlapping. We just slowed it down though. Played it back. Bloody hell. Who'd have thought, eh? Well done. Doc Rock in the comments. So who started that goal? I'll wait. The Xerxes train rolls off.
There's it.
Xerxes did brilliantly for that.
Yeah.
That was a really good pass because he went in between the Everton players as well. He didn't just play it safe. Really good goal.
But he'd had a look before the ball came to him because he didn't really look, did he? Just nice.
Oh, unlucky. A bit of space here for is it Beto again.
You got a chance to score a couple of goals.
He's been poor Beto today. Very clunky.
Because Calvert-Lewin's not there, and otherwise he would definitely not be playing.
No. Late one though, is it? Idrissa Gueye. Here we go. Dr. Turk says, has Amorim unlocked Super Saiyan left wing Bruno? Don't really know what that means. I know it's from Dragon Ball Z, but I never watched it. What does that mean, Ronaldo? Do you know?
You know enough.
I don't know. Dragon Ball Z.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I mean, you've got something of the reference.
You've got something there.
It's crazy because I've watched and do watch anime.
Yeah.
But Dragon Ball Z, I haven't.
Do you know watch it? Is it where they just go mad and they start, like, electricity comes off them and all that?
Basically going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
I have heard that before.
I've heard it.
Yeah. Used in popular culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're really up to speed, aren't we? Us three. Shane Gates says Amorim is definitely saying the right things before/after half time. Different mentality compared to.
Oh, dear. That's a good yellow card.
Compared to Ten Hag.
Gotta take it.
Mainu's had a rough first game back, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He had to take that there, didn't he? What's he do?
He's usually so secure.
He just takes a bad touch, doesn't he?
Well, do you know what? I don't know if he would have played.
No, I don't think he would. I think it's a fair yellow card as long as they don't stick it in from here.
Shit, does he? Misses next match. Fuck.
Damn it.
Who takes free kicks for them? Is Ashley Young going to be stood over this? He is, look.
Young and... Is that Mikalenko?
Whipped in, no.
What is it, 25-ish yards out? Ashley Young wants to take it, doesn't he?
Who's over it with him?
Yeah, Mikalenko on one side, Lindstrom as well.
The wall looks small to me as well.
Lindstrom looks like he's the one.
Lindstrom hits it straight into the wall.
And that was Xerxes.
Good head. Hook it. Okay, now.
Cheesy little touch that from Dalot, wasn't it? Oh, come on then. And again.
Oh, I thought that was
very clever cast.
He bought that.
Very experience and that.
Smart bit of play.
But I thought he used his strength there.
I did, but what he did is
he knew it. He looked at him and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna."
Oh, that's just in the back, isn't it?
Thing is, if he's the attacker and that's the other way around, you don't get a penalty for that.
No,
but when you're the defender, there, you'll get that. Just. That's right. They just put the ball in a nice area, but wasn't accurate, was it? Go on then. Ooh. Oh, he had half a little stutter there. That's two they've won there now where they shouldn't have.
What's he doing there?
He's booked there as well, isn't
he? He's another one that's had a poor game. Yeah, he also misses Arsenal.
Martinez misses the Arsenal game as well now.
I'm not going to lie to you, I think that's a good thing. Start Shaw, left centre back.
That's not a foul, is it? That's not even
Did
a foul.
He runs across him, but
I don't think that's a foul at all.
Euro might need to be on the bench now, innit, because of that.
That's not a foul at all. It's literally not a foul.
Because I don't think he's even trying to foul him, because De Ligt is the one who's going to play that.
Yeah.
De Ligt's got it.
He just goes past him and his hand literally brushes him.
It's a foul.
He don't pull him. I don't think it is a foul.
I think he didn't need to even put his hands on him.
It's a shame that. Who were playing at the centre back now? Evans.
Well, that'll be Shaw.
Shaw, maybe.
Maguire. And Shaw.
Well, Maguire needs to get some minutes today then if he's going to be playing
Shaw's
Wednesday.
Probably a better option than Martinez in off current form anyway.
Shit. Good block.
Well
done. Yeah, I think if Maguire's going to be playing against Arsenal now, we should see him for 20 minutes at least. He's not played in a month, has he? Hold the ball up. That's not a good touch.
He didn't.
Fucking hell, he's struggling here, isn't
he? You know.
Hamad there, not like him. He's usually glue, isn't he? But
he's not been ain't been gluey today.
No, it hasn't. He did a couple in the first half.
I feel like he could have.
There's been a few. Even in Mazraoui's been a little bit looser than normal, even though he's been good. Like it's not been vintage, has it?
No.
But here we are, 3-0 up.
Well done, Mazraoui.
Back heel.
Well done. Won the throw-in as well. Who's that warming up there? Hoyland, Garnacho. We're just seeing the Martinez.
Checked and cleared as if it was a potential red. Don't be ridiculous.
He's barely even.
De Ligt's going to play that ball. What does he do?
Barely.
You can't tell from that angle. You just whether how much he puts on it, because he might just be like.
But his hand
almost feeling him like.
Even just the speed that his hand goes in front and comes back, he can't have done a lot. He's not like grabbed his shirt for a long time or spun him round.
But if the referee's seeing it on the blind side, then you ask him
the
for
fact
trouble by putting an arm out.
Checking for a red card.
That's madness.
Who's there?
No one.
I think them subs need to happen soon.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Need some more legs in there. Corner to Everton.
Maguire.
Yeah, Maguire is warming up. There you go.
Is that Mount as well?
I think it's Shaw. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like Luke Shaw to me.
I couldn't really tell from the arse.
I've got a calendar at home that makes it quite clear.
Have you?
Yeah, Mr. December, I call him.
Page
Corner to Everton.
Snipes.
Yeah. No, I think it was the calves that told me it was Luke Shaw.
Oh.
Go on then. Yes, chip.
He's
stayed on.
Close.
I think it's close.
I think he stayed in his half.
1v4. Go and get a shot off. Good effort. Well done. That's all right. That. Well done.
I think it was onside as well.
I think it was. It was definitely close because he knew he might be off. I think Mikalenko's. What's he done there? Banged his head.
Rashford caught his head as he's.
Oh, he stayed in his half.
Well done.
Yeah.
Great run.
Yeah. Very clever from Rashford.
Did he? What's the rule with being in your half?
You can't be offside.
No, I know, but like if your feet are behind the line, but it's the same as
any part.
So I thought he might have been offside.
Yeah, his head was maybe over the line. But they had a man at the other side that we couldn't see.
I think. Was he onside anyway?
Yeah. So, but I don't know I don't know. Yeah. He wasn't in the shot, so I couldn't tell. Well done.
He did all right there, Rashford, to get anything away to get a half chance.
1-on-4. Maybe he could have come back, but
he might not. But I'd go Dalot, Maguire, Shaw.
Yeah. No Mazraoui there.
But the thing is, Maguire's not played in a while.
Well, he's coming on now, and so we'll see.
I put Mazraoui ring, but I think we've got to be smart against Arsenal. But they're a better team.
Yeah, but Ahmad's been
entirely
up and down,
game,
but he's.
But for like maybe
that's a foul.
More, but I mean like maybe move Ahmad to the 10. Yeah.
Right, subs. Luke Shaw and Maguire coming on for De Ligt and.
Not sure. De Ligt's playing against Arsenal, obviously.
Yeah.
I think he might be doing what you're saying.
Brennan Johnson scored for Tottenham again.
Fucking hell! He scored his role. He's scored every game.
He scored like 9 goals this season, hasn't he?
No, but I think in a row he's scoring goals.
Yeah.
Like
he's only got 6 in the Premier League, but in all comps it's got to be more than that. Yeah, he's got 10 in all competitions. Having like started the season so badly that his own fans were booing him and stuff.
He still gets a bit of hate on Twitter. Like that, all he does is score.
He's took off the Lit and Maz looking for towards the Arsenal game. Innit?
He's got that thing, Brennan Johnson, as well, where he doesn't look cool, does he? No. He's not someone you look. He's a bit sort of like friendly, nice guy kind of look to him. So I think that doesn't help him when he's not playing well.
It's like a Jaden. Yeah.
What, Sancho? Or someone else? Jaden, who works here?
Can't explain that.
Okay. Yeah, just normal looking guy, isn't he?
I mean,
are you Mazraoui just being rested? Do you think? Hopefully, there's no.
Yeah.
Both of them will start against Arsenal, won't they? Go on then. Good touch.
Brilliant.
Oh, that's a booking then. That's a yellow card, ref. He fouled him and then fucking fouling him.
That's a bit sick because he doesn't need to foul him there after he's.
Vibes.
He's just pissed off, isn't he? Because they're probably going to lose.
But after he's done the initial foul, he should just let him get away. But because he's not quite managed to wrestle him down, he makes sure and takes his yellow. Probably would have got away with that yellow if he just let him go.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the end score is going to be? 3-0, I think. Do you want to run it up a little bit from a goal difference standpoint?
I'd take 3-0. Because I think we're just as likely to... It's already on. I think we're just as likely to...
Just want to rub it in a little bit, don't we?
But do you think we've been good enough to do that? It don't feel like a game where...
It doesn't matter.
Well, we've got good more changes to make.
Yeah.
Everton are going to get depressed now.
You hope so. It's nice to have good options off the bench, isn't it? Because Shaw and Maguire in those positions, good players. And like you said, Maguire even quite suited to a game like this.
And I know you want to rest players, but at the same time...
What happened?
I know.
He's touched it.
Maguire quite suited together, and the ball just rolls under his foot.
Okay, now his foot's got a large surface there.
I know, yeah. It's like big size 14 shoes. Or
Martin has gone to right-sided centre-half.
That's interesting. Oh, God.
I mean, that's almost put us in trouble there. That wasn't a comfortable pass, was it?
No. Surprised he's stuck with Casemiro and Maynard, to be honest. I wonder if...
Well, Mainoo's obviously missing the game, so...
Yeah, he might as well. He might as well get the minutes.
Good ball.
Great touch. Through. Well done.
Superb.
He looked heavy.
He's in.
Oh. Didn't need to ball roll it.
I don't know why he rolled it. Why did he do that?
Did it for style points.
Yeah.
What would you have done? What should you have done? Just dinked it?
Something else.
What was that?
I think he wasn't...
I think just take it
round him with purpose.
Take it round him normally.
Just a touch.
He tried to do the ball roll.
He just don't get anywhere near enough on it.
No.
It's a feeling himself moment and 3-0 up.
Yeah.
Just surprised he got there, and Bruno ain't really the quickest like that.
It was a good ball. No, I've got it. Yeah, that works. I'm just sending it to someone.
No, like my one.
Go on then. There you go. It's a tough one, this. If I'm an Everton fan, I'm thinking, this is what you're on. If I'm an Everton fan, I'm watching this game slightly frustrated at the fact that they've not really been much worse than us, and yet they're 3-0 down. And
Everton had chances, didn't they?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Gets like that.
I've sent to anyway. That's fine. Cheers.
I'll plug yours because I mean it's a bit.
This should be fine.
Happens, isn't it? No, I don't think so. It's using all the wrong places.
Who's been your man of the match so far, Ronaldo?
You know, Xerxes got a shot.
Give it Xerxes, yeah.
But even off the ball, he's been a bit. But I think Xerxes has been good. Probably Rashford off just output, but I might be inclined to give it Xerxes.
Yeah. What about you, Tom?
Dalot was good as well.
I agree. I don't think there's been it's not been a game of major standouts, hasn't it? Because even the players that have played well have been a bit ropey at times. But
yeah.
I think I'd probably go Xerxes just because. More because he has struggled.
Oh. No, it's not that. It's how far behind it is. We're just trying to get the game on. But yeah, Xerxes has been good on it. I think in the first half, though, I think there were times where he did look a little bit sloppy and was sort of struggling off the ball. But he's definitely done well in the second half.
Another foul in the final third from Cass.
Yeah. I think Rashford's done some good things. Bruno's done some good things.
Oh yeah, Bruno's. I think top three I'd put Bruno, Xerxes, Dalot.
Yeah. Yeah. Good to see Xerxes get a goal though as well.
And the quality of that ball to release Ahmad.
Yeah. Really good. It's like an exact replica of that last one, isn't it, this?
And he hit it pretty well, the last one as well.
Blocked by Xerxes.
It's because of the gift that I used as well.
Be the same taker, won't it?
Yeah, it was Lindstrom last time, wasn't it? It's literally the exact same place as the last one. Free kick to Everton, then 25 yards out. I hope they don't score.
Yeah,
no
it would make
purpose
it a
with
bit
which Young is
difficult.
stood there.
He's run up the score line.
Straight into the wall.
Look at Casemiro. Look at his sprint.
Oh, that's nice.
Keeper there, maybe. Well done, Ahmad.
That was clever.
Turn back. You got a man behind you, though.
Unlucky. Oh, just go on,
Yes,
lad.
Ahmad. Right, we've got to get a goal here. It's got to be. Xerxes.
Yes!
Go on, son. Ahmad again there. That's all Ahmad. He wins the ball in the final third again, like he did for the second goal. Brilliant pressing from Ahmad. Squares it to Xerxes and just side foots it in the corner. But that's what happens. That was
It's that
fantastic
decision making
from
from Ahmad as well that you always know that he's more than likely.
That was brilliant from Ahmad there. That was brilliant and great stuff for Xerxes to get those goals.
Very
there.
clever finish though, isn't it? As
Yeah,
well?
it was.
Very composed.
It was.
You always trust Ahmad with the final action as well, innit?
Yeah. Well done. And that is definitely game over now, isn't it? 4-0 up. Bloody hell.
Can't believe it.
So
Does well straight away, Ahmad, even
well,
there.
Ahmad,
Just
yeah.
Buys himself time. Like he tries to find it.
Little
deflection.
great dummy from Rashford.
Great dummy from Rashford.
And then again, he presses so well, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And we've got two men on the overlap. They cut it back to Bruno, but he doesn't
plays
need
it with
to.
his right foot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Yeah.
That's what sells the defender. He's
Yeah.
waiting for the pass.
Well done. It's mad that he's done that twice now, Ahmad.
So that's clever there, playing it with the right foot.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Just holds a little bit, doesn't he, Xerxes? Lets Pickford make the first move. And
Great finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
really good. Xerxes getting out.
Player he's turning out to be.
Yeah, get out the
Signing of the season, Xerxes.
getting out the AR.
Getting out the machine guns again.
Do you reckon that's better than the Hoyland?
I like that.
I like the Hoyland one better.
People said he's definitely getting fined for that, innit? Might doing it.
I don't know. Well,
A bit
it's
weird
it's
with the
Gladiator though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's from a film. It's
Because also, if you're allowed a bow and arrow,
yeah.
then technically you should be
And
allowed a
does
gun.
it-
Because they're just the same
what's
thing.
folding?
And darts
What-
as well.
what-
I mean, they can. If you use one of them,
different
yeah.
cultures. Oh yeah, that is true, isn't it? What's the one that Foden does?
Phones are just like that or something, innit? Something crap.
Something chavvy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you guarding Garnacho coming on? I don't know who for yet. Casemiro, yeah, makes sense.
He's Casemiro
And
for
Bruno, wow. When is the last time that wasn't for injury, Bruno Fernandes got 30 minutes off in a game like that? He never gets subbed off early and rested, does he? In his whole time at United, he's been rested after the 65th minute about twice. That's so good to see that. Because he's not been bad today, Bruno, as well. He's played well. But he's literally having half an hour off.
So one more
So
change out
good.
who's getting Rashford's still on the pitch.
Yep.
Xerxes, Ahmad,
Yep.
sticking with them.
Brilliant stuff. That Ahmad was really impressive for those two goals. Really
And
impressive.
that's a lot of attacking players on the pitch. I mean, people suggested that because of the system, maybe that a lot of forwards were vying for a few positions, but not the case.
Yeah. They're making a couple of subs as well, Everton.
Calvert-Lewin laughing on the sideline there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Surprising it start Calvert-Lewin though, innit?
Yeah.
Odd that.
Everton fans going home, look. Wow, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've
Not
made
happy.
teams fans
And they're
go
meant to
home.
be the Scousers we
Yeah.
don't mind, but they started running their mouths off. Because one thing about Everton, it's a proper football club, innit? But
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? But
I like it. Feels like
Respectfully.
of all the people I know, you're the one that took that to heart the most, though.
They've just not had much to get the
Oh,
teeth
man.
into, have they? That's a foul. It's got to
Yeah,
be.
that's
It's a
a
yellow
booking
card
as well.
too.
is that a second booking?
No.
Oh, that's true. You took Rashford off. Look at his touch by six.
Oh, look at that.
Of all the players I've seen, Ashley Young seems to have aged the least in a 20-year career. He looks almost exactly the same as he did in 2005 as he does now. Like, obviously you can tell he's aged a bit, but he's changed so little in that time, has he?
Yeah, black don't crack, man.
It's as simple as that, I guess. Luke Shaw, Garnacho.
I'm trying to speak that into my self-existence there.
You're hoping.
As I get on in my later years at the moment.
You're dreaming about that. Fulham have equalised against Tottenham. Who scored? Tom Kerr.
Oh, great touch.
Great touch, Rashford.
Go on then.
I'll drive it in. Ooh, I would have taken.
He went straight Hollywood with that.
Yeah,
left foot
very
as well.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. That's a man who's
scored
a
the
couple of
rush.
goals today.
Trust me, when you play football, the rush of blood you get when you do like
Something
an
good.
amazing first bit. Do you know what I mean?
Bruno did the same thing before, didn't he?
You always want to like flex with the final action.
Yeah. Bruno Fernandes icing up his ankle.
Precaution.
Yeah, that's minor, that.
Yeah, hopefully. I'd like to have one of them though. Just a little
nice
ankle
boot.
sort of boot thing. Be nice that. What are your when you play football? Do you have any body parts that are like have little weaknesses in them that you often hurt more than others?
My pinky finger on my left.
That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that it?
That's literally it. So it's because I've dislocated it about 5 times. Other than that,
Yeah. It's a shit pass. Do you, Tom?
My whole
My whole
waist down
thank God.
is problematic.
I thought you'd finished the sentence.
Just
Is it everything?
some sort of muscular imbalance that through years of just pounding it on fake turf has
Please
just
pass.
gone.
Yeah.
you say please pass whenever Garnacho gets the ball.
Because in his head, it's open season, isn't it, at 4-0?
Yeah.
You can just do what you
Yeah,
want.
he's like, I'm not passing.
Yeah, why would I pass with already won?
I do get frustrated even when it's like this. I just the amount of time we choose these options, that the chance of them coming off is so slim.
Yeah.
And you just think, play an extra pass.
Yeah. It's a weird game, this. It does. I know, obviously, we're 4-0 up and all that, but it's not felt like a 4-0 game. Like, United have had 9 shots, a total XG of 0.73, and we've scored 4 goals.
0.73.
Again, I mean, I don't quite believe some of them.
How's that?
But
With the Rashford 1-on-1.
You are going to be getting caned in the comments for the XG reference.
I know, but it is. All right, then. 4 goals from 5 shots on target is rare, isn't it? Whether you believe in XG or not, if you score 4 from 5 on target, that's not a normal thing to do. I'm surprised by that. Yeah. Some of the chances we've made have been very, very good.
That's assuming Rashford was on target.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I'm completely.
Yeah. Well done. Dink. No, he's read it well there. Was that Odrissa?
Yeah.
But yeah, United 9 shots in total. Everton 7, 5 on target, just to Everton's 1. But it's good for us to be clinical for once, isn't it? I'm not mad at it. I don't mind it. 60% possession as well for United, and then it's almost like we're in a position now where I could see us scoring another 1 or 2. Not because we've been making chance after chance, but just because the game has got that one team's already won feel to it, and it's all slowed down by 10, 15%. This is the position that under Ten Hag we found ourselves in a spot like this about 0 times. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Every game was within a goal.
I mean, it was never 4, was it?
No. And it was so rarely even 3. Like the amount of times that whenever you played, you had to play at 100% intensity for the full game because it's a close match all the time. Like it's visible how much the game slowed down by, hasn't it, since that 4th goal went in? And that's fine. Yeah. That's a good thing. Players should be able to take a little bit of a rest here and there during games. Tom Kerr.
Decision making of Ahmad to kill this game, in 2 in 2 instances there in the second half.
Yeah. Would you have Brennan Johnson at United?
No.
Okay.
Would you?
No.
I would.
Why?
Because after Garnacho,
because he's got a purple patch going.
Because I thought he was a good player at Forest as well.
He's quick.
I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's a good player, but I think
he'd get games for us.
I don't think he improves.
I don't think he improves us though. Yeah,
he improves the squad, definitely.
How deep do you need to go? Like you've got.
I don't know. I'd have him.
You'd have him.
Yeah, I think he's good.
Deep.
I wouldn't play him. I wouldn't pay 60 million or whatever they paid for him, 50 million.
Yeah.
But if you gave me the option of bringing him in the squad, I definitely would.
Well, there's other players coming through. I don't know.
Who's he? Who's just come on there?
Patterson.
Probably get receiving a bit of banter in it. Yeah, Nathan Patterson.
The right back. I didn't see.
They always spawn a random academy graduate like Patterson.
Yeah.
That ends up playing 100 games over the course of 5 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, he was quite
before ending up at Scunthorpe.
Yeah.
Who's the blonde-haired guy?
Tom Davis.
Tom Davis. There's one.
Yeah, I think he's at Sheffield now, isn't he? I think he's played. To be fair, that's funny. I think he's actually playing really well there.
He was
always decent. He's a bit technical. Yeah.
He went on a 21 money.
He's got a bit of the Emil Smith Rowe about him, isn't it? That type of player.
Just not as dynamic, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good pass. Luke Shaw almost killing Onana there by sending Calvert-Lewin straight into it.
Oh, Calvert-Lewin's got the whole ball marker. What's this? He's been booked.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we've just seen a replay of a Manu tackle. I thought, you don't hurt him. There's nothing in that.
No.
I don't think that's a booking, genuinely.
But do you know what? It's one of them though, where the player goes down and sells it enough. Jesus Christ!
Ugarte diving in a bit there. Or the Martin.
I never understand why players go in with that 2 foot motion.
No.
I feel like it's so hard to avoid doing that, and you just asking for trouble when
both
you do.
feet off the floor for no reason. Look at that look. Can't be bothered now, can he? Running.
Nice.
This is the sort of pace that Xerxes can
This is what he loves,
innit?
isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a.
I need Xerxes to do a little bit of stat padding. I think games like this, get yourself a couple of goals when the game's slowed down. Arrive in the box until he gets up to the pace. If he's got 5 or 6 goals on his account, he'll get a lot less stick than when it was stuck at 1.
Yeah.
Even if he's still taking a while to adapt. I can't believe we're 4-0 up and comfortable, can you? It doesn't happen.
And you're in Olays and that.
I know, that's what made me think it. This isn't Man United. This isn't right.
I really
it's
want
not a
Xerxes
good
to get
Everton
a
side, but
trick.
this is an Everton side that I've lost, once in the last 6.
Yeah.
Who's that Doc fella? The Xerxes man.
Doc Rock.
He predicted a hat-trick, didn't he?
He did. He's only one off. Where is Doc Rock when you need him? There he is. Ashley Young going to wrap his body in ice now. That was the last from Doc Rock. Yeah, he's in the chat a lot, Doc Rock. The Dutch Fellaini is feeling it today.
Nah, that's okay. The only thing they've got in common is an afro.
And height. Physicality, size.
Yeah.
Oh, little flick. Another little flick. Go on, Marcus.
No look
He's
there.
another one who could... Are they both on? They're both on a
They are,
hat-trick,
yeah.
aren't they? Get one of them a hat-trick, come on. Ahmad's been great today, hasn't he? Made a few
moments,
yeah.
But when you think of like high impact things that he's done, those 2 goals are all his hard work. Look at that.
You already knew Maguire was going to hit out his signature.
Spray it to the left wing
Spray
from centre back.
His feet's like a what? I don't know. You're more probably familiar with the
Go on.
the golf equipment. What would you
Oh,
say
yeah.
if there was one club?
Harry Maguire's foot.
Harry Maguire's
Like
foot
a little,
would be?
like a little 7-iron, isn't it? Just that mid-range clip out to the left-hand side. It's a good bit of distance on it.
Joe?
Not really, but I've played it about 10 times in 20 years. Unlucky. This is nice, isn't it? What are you doing for the rest of the day then? What we got?
no.
We can talk. We've won. We've won the game.
Watching City beat Liverpool.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
And then having my typical NFL Sunday for the rest of the
Oh
night.
yeah. Watching Red Zone.
I don't watch. I just pick.
Do you not watch Red Zone?
Nah, I pick a game.
I like Red Zone and a game. If I'm going full NFL.
I don't have that many screens in it. I'm not. Do you know what I mean?
What, you watch it on your phone?
I'm not a channel owner.
You could. What, you can't? If you watch
what I
it
mean?
on one on the telly, one on the phone.
Lend me a fiver, Joe.
What, are you going to buy a telly with it? Get you a nice £5 telly.
Yeah.
You can have a little dual screen going on.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Tom? What's on your plans?
Go home, watch City Liverpool.
Yes.
Are you going to be dead disappointed if Liverpool win?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm always conflicted.
I think even if I think Arsenal are going to go on a mad run.
I think Arsenal, are going to find a way to get themselves back in the mix.
Yeah.
Although if we beat them.
But then that does rely on Liverpool dropping points.
It does. But this is. I mean, that Champions League in the midweek was hilarious. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
3-0 up against Feyenoord.
Yeah, that's
madness.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
You've never seen that with Man City.
No.
That's 6 games without a win.
It's going to be.
Yeah,
I really do think it's going to be 7. Whether
hilarious.
they lose or not,
Yeah.
I can't see him winning at Anfield.
Yeah.
Even at the best of times, that's hard enough. But when they've got so many players missing,
What's City's next couple of games?
it's a foul,
It's
ref.
a
Foul ref.
How is that not a foul? Go on then, Amad again!
Oh,
Mikalenko there, he knew! He knew he had to get rid of that because that would have been the same thing 3 times there. Amad saw it, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, no.
I'll have a look at City's
Oh,
fixtures.
look at that. Stop it.
Oh, now he's going to do the...
They've got Forest at home.
Forest,
which is
one of the big boys now.
A lot harder than it used to be, should I say. Then they've got Palace away, then Juventus away, then Man United at home, then Villa away to take them up to Christmas. It's not an easy run, that, is it?
At all, no.
Liverpool, Forest, Palace away, Juve away, United at home, Villa away. Blimey.
I'm getting the pickpocket badge. Because I play 2K as well, and then I think that's what thing he's got. Amad's got pickpocket, Hall of Fame.
Ten minutes to go. Let's have a look at some stats, shall we?
Still can't really get them, just the involvement of Mason Mount. It's been such a non-starter, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great ball. Is that Shaw?
Go on.
Go on then. Oh, who's that gone?
Is that Shaw's pass? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Sneezy.
Go on.
Oh, I just got
That
it
was
wrong.
a very difficult one.
Got it all
Man
wrong.
are just trying shit now,
Yeah. Just doing whatever, innit? Side volleys, all sorts going on.
Oh, it's a great place to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. When you can just take risks.
Yeah, I want to see someone come off though, something mad.
Yeah. Martinez is top most passes in the game so far, 73 out of 76. He's been all right at the right side as well, hasn't he?
This guy.
It's a shame that he's booked for the Arsenal game. I know you wouldn't necessarily.
Yeah, he looks better on the right, but I think Shaw can play there at a similar-ish level.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever see Shaw at left wing back? Well done, Onana.
Great hands.
Well done.
Maguire cut off the pullback really well then.
Martinez looked like he hurt himself there. Yeah, do you think we'll ever see Shaw at left wing back? Ronaldo?
No. I think he's a left centre half at this point in his career.
He's not got the pace, is he?
I mean, he's got the... I think his hamstring will peel off the bone if he went left wing back. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not sure.
Why did you have to make it sound so delicious? You made it like
I don't know.
Falling off the boat. That's maybe I'm just hungry. I just want some ribs.
Hannibal Lecter. Yeah,
No, but they're like
fucking animals.
These ribs are falling. The meat just falls off the bone.
I'd love a bit of Luke Shaw's hamstring.
Well,
That's
no,
what
not
you're
Luke Shaw's
saying.
hamstring, but put a bit of barbecue sauce on it in a slow cooker for a while. Probably just about anything.
Jesus.
I feel like there was a period of time a few years back where, as good as Luke Shaw is, he had some real dips, even when he was fit.
Yeah.
Whereas he seems to have just elevated himself and got, he's aged like a fine wine almost without playing.
Yeah.
With long periods out of the team.
Yeah.
Now he comes in half fit and just.
When he's fit, he's been very good for about 2 years, hasn't he? But it's obviously the fitness issue, isn't it? But
do you know when you've got to preface a sentence about a player saying when fit?
I know.
It's heartbreaking.
Yes,
Mikalenko did only
that wasn't
just...
Mikalenko.
Was it not?
That was Brantford.
Was it?
Yeah.
Come on,
He only just dealt with that.
Guy.
He almost got his feet completely messed up there, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's a bad pass. Well done, Dalot. Unlucky. Another night.
I think there's another goal here for us, you know.
I do. Just let Ahmad
Everton's heads are down. Hoyland's not coming on, which probably means he's starting on against Wednesday.
I thought he might get 15 minutes.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a clunkiness to him, I need Branthwaite. As I guess you'd expect.
6'5".
6'5", yeah. But at times, when you're playing against high pressing teams,
I've seen enough of him outside of this game to think that it'd add value to the team.
Yeah, I think he's good
at a decent price. He's just had a bad game today. Oh, it's a good header.
Yeah, it is.
Calvert-Lewin. How much better has Calvert-Lewin been than Beto?
Yeah.
Why
already.
has he started?
I don't know. Beto was poor today, wasn't he?
Oh, it's nice play. He used his body well there, didn't he? What's he doing?
Don't know. Took a quick one there.
That's
I'd want a clean sheet.
interesting choice.
Yeah, I want a clean sheet as well.
Alright, so Ethan, fantasy man. What a save. Fucking hell, what a save.
Great save.
Ethan, so I've got Maz Rawi in my fantasy team. He's come off though, without us conceding. Does he get it though? Oh shit. Fuck
He needs to
me,
play
man.
60 minutes.
What are you doing, Amorim? What's he doing?
Does he not know?
Plus, like,
That
don't
60th
care,
minute
does he?
thing needs to change though now there's 5 subs.
please, like, if
Sure.
Thingy scores, so
Go on.
if it's more than 60
Talk
minutes
it
and
through.
then the team concedes after the 60th minute without him on the pitch,
You keep your clean sheet.
yeah.
If you go off like on 60, 0-0, and then the team scores after, you keep it.
I think that's a load of bollocks. Personally.
That's probably worse than the 60.
I think that's.
So you think, yeah, I've been,
I don't think that should happen.
Done by that a couple
No.
of times.
If your team doesn't get a clean sheet, you can't get your own personal
Go
clean
on.
sheet.
O'Brien.
It wasn't
Bramford
Patterson.
clone.
Rashford.
Shit.
Rash slice.
It was never on, was it? Didn't.
No, he didn't get it across.
Yeah.
The pass never went across his body, did it? It was a nice little pass, decent little layoff, but actually
He'd
the
run
touch
past it,
itself
hadn't he?
isn't good enough. Yeah, good first touch from Xerxes, but the layoff wasn't there. 3 goals in 3 games for Rashford under
Oh
Amorim.
no.
If my math's correct, that's
Dear,
a
oh dear,
goal a
we've
game,
got
isn't
an
it?
injury.
Is it Ahmad as well?
No.
It might not be. It might just be cramp.
Cramp, hopefully. Don't look like cramp.
Fuck's sake.
Looks like knee.
No, surely
No.
not.
Yeah, you don't want stretching out.
That'd be annoying.
No.
Your price circle. Thank you.
Please.
Please.
We can't lose Mainu, Martin, and Ahmad.
Sorry,
No, I think that was going in.
just wanted
Do you
to
think?
hold your
Yeah.
hands.
I don't know. Is the answer to that?
Oh,
We'll finish
devastated if Ahmad's injured. This has been a decimation, hasn't it? Really,
Yeah.
in terms of availability now.
Yeah, we can't be losing.
They've lost
them.
3 players today
Martinez,
for next game.
Mainu, potentially Ahmad. Because even if it's a niggle, a couple of days to get fit.
Yeah, the game's in, like you said, 2 full days. We're playing the next day.
So, alright, man. Anthony's got some for us.
Yeah.
How was Anthony on Wednesday, on Thursday?
It was fine. Didn't really do much of note. A couple of wasted moments
was
where
a
he
bit-
made the wrong decision.
It was just a bit below average.
Bit selfish, yeah.
Bit below average, that was it.
Yeah.
I still think he's got one big moment left in him.
And I also don't want Malacia starting against Arsenal.
Far corner. David Raya just
Yeah.
can't get anywhere near it. It was
Is
his
it
knee as well
bending-
that Ahmad
bending
had
in?
that time off for, wasn't it, last season? He's coming back on. Is that because we've run out of subs, or?
Yeah, we have run
I
out
don't
of
think we
subs,
have
yeah.
any more subs.
It was Arsenal that did that to him as well, wasn't it? And Mainu, both injured in that pre-season game.
Was it?
Yeah,
Oh, of
both of them
course,
got
yeah.
injured.
And then the year after, Hoyland and Yoro both got injured in the
Against
same
Arsenal.
game against Arsenal
Yeah.
as well. That's not good,
Bastards.
is it? We'd stop playing against them.
And it was Arsenal as well, wasn't it? When we were that first season under Ten Hag, we were doing so well, and Casemiro got that shit suspension.
Oh yeah,
for the Arsenal game.
And who was Palace game? Was it?
Yeah,
or was
that
it
red card.
Yeah.
It was the red card. It was. I'm sure it was
Palace, wasn't it?
Not Palace. It was the Southampton.
Was it?
No, not Southampton.
Who did he get suspended against?
It was the one where he went over the ball slightly, but it was never a.
No, it wasn't a straight red.
It wasn't a straight red at all.
3-0. Aston Villa
scored for Chesley.
Aston Villa having the post. Yeah, they're in the same crash as Newcastle, aren't they?
Yeah, they're struggling, Villa. Good play. Keep
Come
the ball.
on.
Well done. And again. Just be nice. That's a good pass. Must have been nice playing these last 15 minutes as a United player.
Yeah. Mm.
Especially someone who's been here for a couple of years as well and hasn't seen much of this. Like Maguire's
really
not felt a game like this for quite some time.
I just want 5 for.
I wanted
5 for.
What? Wait, I was expecting
the player to be there.
Yeah.
Respect to Xerxes there. He fooled all of us, didn't he? I thought, we've got another win
Such a delayed reaction.
Yeah. Because that went out by like 15 yards. Yeah. That was nowhere near anyone.
The disguise on that.
No one knew what was going on with that. Everyone's just... honestly, do you know when the game enters this state? I've not seen it in so long. Because not just are United playing like we've already won. Everton are playing like we've already won. It's so rare going into the last 10 minutes and it's just like, everyone's like, the result is what it is. Like, let's just get to the end of this game without any more injuries. It's so nice. I'm feeling a confidence that I've not felt in a long time. What do you think? Obviously, after every game, Ronaldo Amorim does his little breakdown of the game. What will he be pointing at as the good things and the bad things today? Do you think?
I think some of our duels. I think sometimes we still come out worse in terms of like the little bit of like loose balls and other teams having players that are a little bit more quick, a bit more physical, a bit more strong.
Yeah.
I think we need to iron that out, but that's just an athleticism issue, really. But I think for the most part, our passing at times was occasionally sloppy as well.
I don't think we looked after the ball as well as we could have done.
Yeah.
But 4-0, you can't complain about too much, man.
No. I think, not obviously, I agree with what you've said, and just to add on from that, not that this is the biggest issue, but I do think there was large parts of the first half where Casemiro looked way off the pace.
Yeah, he did.
He just was like a step behind everything. He's doing his little trademark slide along the ground rather than running alongside his man.
Just because you know he can get like a second's rest whilst he gets up.
Yeah. That slide, that little luge journey that he's taking. Yeah. But yeah, I thought the midfield was just too slow in the first half, and we were quite lucky to be 2-0 up at half time.
Casemiro starting against Arsenal?
Probably will. But if he does it, we've got to have a Ugarte next to him, or if it's Mainu, even then we've probably got to have a Ugarte next to him. I just think you can't have Mainu and Casemiro or Casemiro and Eriksen as a starting partnership. There's just not enough legs in it, especially when you want to play such a high system or such an intensive system. Oh,
football.
It is football, isn't it? There's some actual football going on here.
Come on, Mount.
Beautiful from Mason Mount.
Really nice that.
Really well
Delayed
played.
It so well.
I'd love to get subbed on for these last 3 minutes. I think I could just keep it going.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If they're like, you're not good enough to play for United. I know I'm not. But just put me somewhere on the pitch and I can stay out of the way long enough. Look how much time they've got on the ball.
It's finishing 4-2, isn't it?
It'd be great. Yeah, it would, yeah. We'd still win. Everyone knows the game's done. It's almost like a gentleman's agreement for us to not score again. But let's just score again anyway. God, actually,
2 players in there that want that trick.
He's hitting this.
He's desperate.
Okay. Hold on. Look at this, look. Beautiful. Keep the ball. Be nice to get a shot off at the end of this, wouldn't it? Don't know if they were going to try.
I thought Martinez was going to step in.
Yeah.
Go on, Ahmad. Oh, no, penalty! Come on, ref! What?
He's got no! He's not gonna. They're not gonna give it out of the pity thing of them being 4-0 down.
That looked like a penalty.
He'll go to VAR and they'll just clear it because it's like.
Yeah, they'll clear it like that, even though he's kicked him. It looked like he stepped across him and just cleaned his ankles out to me.
I thought there was a pull.
Did you? Oh, I don't know.
He's desperate for it. It's
inconsequential, isn't it?
Yeah, but someone's getting a hat-trick there. Fantasy points at stake. I'm not even doing it this year.
And also, no one's got Rashford or Xerxes.
No.
So it don't really
Someone
matter
somewhere has captain
Someone
Xerxes.
somewhere has got Rashford as captain today.
Has he been checked and cleared?
They're 64th in their league, but they were on for a 100-point game. Ah! Sorry. I got a bit scared of that.
That's another one of those pens where if that was like 1-1, 2-1, it gets given.
Yeah. No. Hold on. And again. Oh, lucky. I'm loving this.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm loving this. Risk-free football viewing.
They're definitely not going to give the
Who'd
penalty.
have thought? What a time to be a football fan.
It was nice from Ahmad though, wasn't it?
It was really good from Ahmad. I think once a season at least, he's going to score a really good goal like that. Do you know he gets it in just like half, dummies past one, dummies past another one and puts it in the corner? Because a couple of times, 3 or 4 times this season already, he's got in that position and it's been blocked or been saved.
Yeah.
But he's going to get a couple of them where you just go, that is an unbelievable goal.
Maybe on
full time. There you go. Manchester United 4, Everton 0. The most comfortable victory in some years for Manchester United there. Ronaldo, quick thoughts.
Do you know what? How enjoyable of a watch was that?
Yeah, it was lovely.
I was having fun with it, especially the last half an hour or so, watching players express themselves, trying stuff. I'm seeing players smile that I haven't smiled in a while as well. I think that was very comfortable. I think they had little to no threat in the second half too. Because we were a little bit annoyed with how the end of the first half went, but for the rest of it, I think it was a comfortable performance, controlled again, and we're seeing signs. Because that was once again that was an experimented lineup really.
Yep.
Rashford and Xerxes both gone over to complain to the ref, haven't they?
Yeah. We're just seeing as well here Tottenham.
Oh, they've changed it. Yeah, it's nice. It's live, that I think.
It's live, yeah.
I thought it was showing like
Fulham down to 10 men.
Tom,
go on. Sorry. 2 players before the game that we said could do with the goal, and they got 2 goals each, Xerxes and Rashford. Thoughts on them?
Nice to see Rashford smiling. It's always the way, isn't it? Because you think that when he's smiling, that's when you're going to see the best version of him.
Yeah.
It is, again, I was saying before, it feels a bit, we're always talking about Rashford, but this is his chance here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, new manager come in, he needs to find his feet and find a way to be consistent in this team, because if he isn't, there is no future for him really on the wages that he's earning. It's not sustainable. So great to see him score a couple of goals. He looked like he was after it a bit more in the second half.
Yeah, he did.
And it's like anything, once the confidence starts to flow, and with Xerxes as well, just like that back heel flick to put the ball through to Garnacho, I think it was, just doing that, having the audacity to do that with the amount of hate, the amount of criticism he's been getting.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. And it was good
Took
as well.
both his goals well.
Yeah, Xerxes definitely did. I think they both did. I mean, obviously, Rashford's got a big bit of luck with that first one, but to see those 2 goals go in for both of them was absolutely brilliant. Stay where you are. We'll be back in a few minutes with our full post-match review. Ronaldo simply cannot wait. He needs the toilet. It's as simple as that. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, so make sure you stick around. You'll be automatically taken over there. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Ronaldo, who's up and off camera. We'll see you in a bit.